everyone. Hello, all of my fellow AOT friends, all of my fellow AOT family. What's up, everyone? Hope that you guys are all well. Let us know how you guys are doing. Would like to know from our friends who joining us here live in chat is our friend Josh, aka I Repent. What's up, Josh? Hopefully you're having a good weekend. Let us know what your weekend is, what you've been up to this weekend. Yeah, it'd be cool. As you guys can see, well, let's start off this like this. You guys know who I am. I'm AJ. I'm your host, and we're also celebrating something. Did you know that, Lex?
I did not know that.
We're celebrating Josh because hell yeah, Josh! Josh just got hired at Target.
I was like, what is today?
Hell yeah, man! That's awesome. Congratulations! It sounds like you're happy about it, and hopefully it doesn't take away time away from us.
Yeah, you know how Target be, man.
You know, we love that whenever you're here with us, Josh. Hey, SB!
Hello,
What's up, SB? Love it whenever SB joins us here live in chat. SB, how's your weekend? We'd love to go ahead and hear what you've been up to. As I mentioned, guys, I am your host, AJ. I'm doing well. Things are good. Just been a nice, chill, relaxed weekend. And of course, joining me is...
I'm Lexi.
That's Lexi. How you doing, Lex?
I'm doing really good. Had a very eventful weekend. Lots of fun. Went to Laguna to watch an AVP beach volleyball tournament.
Very cool.
And it was really cool. I saw this guy his name's Taylor Crab, where if you play volleyball, you know the name Taylor Crab.
Yeah.
He's like the face of like beach volleyball.
Oh, wow.
I just saw him like he was just, like
his name's
chilling.
Taylor Crab?
Yeah, Taylor Crab with two B's.
Oh, okay. So it makes sense. I mean, if he's involved with the beach because of a name like that,
yeah.
You know, Crab, last name Crab.
But yeah, it was a lot of fun, and it started super early.
Yeah.
So we got there we got to Laguna at 7:45 a.m. Got great parking, got great seats, and then by the time we felt very accomplished with our days because they have all the stands out there and they give out free stuff. After we felt very accomplished with our day, we went back, and it was only 3 p.m. by the time we got back. And we were like, wow, see what happens when you wake up in the morning?
That's nap time.
Yeah. No, and then I had a good nap.
Yeah, nap. There you go.
I got a great nap, and then we played video games with my friends after. It was a lot of fun.
What game?
We tried to play Overwatch, but the Wi-Fi at my school sucks. And then we played Super Volley Blast, which is this beach volleyball game. We played against each other. And then
the beach never stops.
We ended with Tekken, which if you guys know Tekken, it's a pretty cool fighting game.
Yeah.
And yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Hell yeah. So, real quick, I want to go ahead and have a question that SB is asking you. But Heise, what is up, Heise? Joining us, our favorite Jaegerist, who says, I met Flock Forrester in my dream. Awesome. Did Flock try to go ahead and invite you into the Jaegerist? Does he know that you are already a Jaegerist? Did he try to promote you to become top Jaegerist?
You guys friends?
What was that conversation like? Tell us.
Is he a celebrity to you?
Yeah, I mean, what happened? What was that conversation? What was that whole experience like? What was the dream? What did it all involve? We need details. You can't just leave us with, I met Flock in a dream. What happened in this dream? Did Flock try to kill you? What happened in the name of freedom and Eren Yeager? What happened there? And Heise also asked, what happened to Zach? It's the same stuff, guys, as last weekend. Zach is very, very busy. He's very busy. So unfortunately, Zach is not with us again. So what we can do for Zach, guys, is show Zach all of our love. Let's please spam fired up over in chat. We'd love to go ahead and spam fired up. Let's get fired up going on because we are all
fire emoji.
Fired up. Yeah, let's get fired up going on in the chat. We'd love to go ahead and see that for Zach.
Thank you.
Very, very cool. So SB asked, Lexi, did you change your hair?
You're the third person to ask me and just in this weekend. No, I haven't.
Really?
I don't know. I washed it.
There you go.
No, I've just been letting it grow out. Other than the bottom 2-inch mullety part, I've just been letting it grow out. So
yeah, there you go.
Maybe that's why.
Beautiful.
But after I graduate, man, as much as mom hates it, I'm chopping it off.
Are you? Wow.
Yeah, I'm shaving my head actually.
There it is.
Donating it all.
Like she said, she's gonna go ahead and shave the head and donate it.
Actually, I think I am cutting my hair short enough to where I think I can donate it because it'll be a minimum length, and I do want to donate my hair though.
Interesting.
So we'll see. Give me a couple months.
Yeah, very, very cool. We got the fired ups coming up in chat. We have Bat joining us as well. What is up? And Josh says, Pixis Lex.
Yeah,
that'd be great. Hi, says, I need to speak to Aaron, but early up over in chat, Josh says that his Target job's only part-time, so should be fine. That's awesome. We love to hear that. Good, and Heise says, in regards to the dream that Flock gave Jacob A leadership role. Wow. So what does that mean, leadership role? You leave us just little like branches.
Were you like a manager?
You leave us branches. We're trying to go ahead and just make our way to the entire tree here. We need to go ahead and see. We need to know what happened. What's details? Are you like leadership of a squad? Do you? So is it in the pecking order here? I need to know. Is it Aaron? What do you think will come after Aaron in terms of Jaegerist? Probably Yelena.
Yeah.
Right?
I would
so you got
Yelena.
Aaron, Yelena,
and then
Flock.
at least like currently, yeah, it would be Flock.
Yeah.
Well, Yelena's kind of got like her arm is kind of I don't know, man.
Yeah.
But
So I'm trying to determine this order here because then that does that mean that Heisei
he dabbed me up and we broke Aaron out of jail.
yeah, I love it. I
Met
love
Flock
it.
and just, hey, what's up, man?
So
and
he
then
just recruited you for like, hey man, so we have this is like a GTA mission.
Like
we have
a
a
mission,
GTA
yeah.
mission here. You know, we got to go ahead and
this is just a
break
side
out-
quest for
we need to break
Heisei.
out the boss. All right.
This is just a normal side quest.
Is that a spoiler, Heisei? Did you just spoil something here for Aaron that he's in jail? Because I don't think Aaron is.
No, he
is
was in
his-
jail in his dream.
Okay, in the dream. Okay, good.
his
I like it. Esther says Heisei is the president of the Angers. Yes, he is.
Yeah.
I think that Heisei would agree with you there.
And the
then
fan
Josh,
club.
Josh says that Zeke and Aaron are the mascots. Yes.
Yeah.
Josh says that he was in jail in season 4. Yeah, that's true. Actually, he wasn't. I was thinking of like current where things are right now, and Aaron
Yeah,
is very much free.
Let's make a jail cell as big as the founding Titan to hold him.
There you go. Very, very good, guys. Happy to hear that you guys are all doing well. Seems like you guys all are having a great weekend, and I'm so happy. I'm so glad that you guys are here with us live, and it's always fun whenever we're able to go ahead and chat live with you guys, have chat pop in here. It's really, really cool. He says he was in jail. Remember, he was taking the tatake in the mirror. Yeah, he was saying it. Excuse me. But yeah, he definitely was. Is that when Hanji was like, that's interesting, or whatever? She was like,
No, she was saying like when he.
What do you mean
it
by
was
that?
different.
Whatever.
It was different.
Uh-huh.
There's him looking himself in the mirror saying Tatake, and then there's him where he's like
A lot of-
younger and Hanji's outside and he's
Yeah.
doing like
A lot of
oh, like
moments.
the Attack Titan.
Yeah, a lot of moments when Aaron is in jail.
Yeah.
So no wonder the guy is lusting for freedom because this damn guy is always. Whoa! Hey, Kyron, dude. What is up,
Kyron?
Kyron?
That's
That
you.
is our TikTok guru and our great friend, our probably founder of our Attack the Talk Levi squad. He probably is our Captain Levi over here in the group because he's already done so much. He's OG. And Kyron, I just want to go ahead and express all the love and gratitude that I have for you, my friend. I hope that you're doing well, man. I'm always happy whenever you join us live in chat. And Kyron said, "What's up, everybody? Just dropping in, say hi. I miss you guys. My work is taking up a lot of my time because I work overnight, so I have to replay the stream when I can. No worries. We totally
Oh, but
understand.
thank you for still watching.
Yeah, and
Please, thank you.
again, our gratitude is man, we're just so damn thankful again for all of you guys that just go ahead and tune in when you can and tune in afterwards whenever you guys go ahead and just take the time out of your guys' days, take the time out of your busy schedules. We know that we all have a life outside of this.
Yeah.
Life is ever ongoing. We all understand that. We all have work, or we all have hobbies, we all have things that we try to pursue. We all have different stuff to take up a lot of our time. So whenever you guys use that time out of your days to watch us, to spend time with us, again, it is just like we're so damn thankful for you guys. And yeah, Core 4 for sure. Yeah. And Kyron, again, I'm happy to hear you're doing well. I'm happy to hear that you're busy, man, because busy is good, right? Busy means like hey, you got a lot going for you in just life and stuff, and
really nice things happening.
Kyron says, "P.S. Nice beard." Thank you, Kyron. Enjoy it while you can.
Ooh.
Hey, Lexi's not the only person cutting hair here.
Tune in next Sunday to see if I'm bald.
I'm just saying, after Halloween, you might see a different AJ. I might be holding on to this for a Halloween thing. If you guys want me to keep the beard, there you go, on stream shave. Yes, there we go. I'll let Lexi. And hey, if Zach's able to make it, I might let you guys go ahead and shave off the beard here live. No, I won't do that because that would be a huge mess here.
Yeah. You would have to put a bunch of trash bags
out
down.
everything. Yeah, and then but one thing that Bad does say early on, it says, "Nice picture where Zach is." Yeah, as you guys can see here. Clearly, Zach is not here, as we mentioned. So fired up for Zach. Hopefully, he's doing well. And I know that he's very, very busy. But what we have in Zach's place, as you guys have seen, this is now the third week. We've had different things here in this
Taking a
little
slot.
in his camera spot in his little box there. And the first week we had the AOT gang, right? Last week we had some, you know, just a little shelf that had some merch and stuff, as well as Caesar, Shiggy stuff, Caesar Joker art, and this here we have on camera today in this stream is another magnificent, beautiful Caesar drawing.
Yeah.
And it's again
Original.
it looks incredible. And so this is something that we have here for this week, and hopefully next week we actually have Zach here in person. That would be great.
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool.
It's just about. I don't want to go ahead and get too much into Zach's life or whatever, but Zach, he doesn't really know his schedule per se until like the week of, and then at that point it's kind of hard to go ahead and work around it and stuff. There's a lot of moving parts, but yeah. So Zach's doing well though, and Bad says try a mustache and a goatee before you shave it all off. You know that I do rock that sometimes, and I do. Hey, Bat's on the right track here. I was thinking about maybe doing that. I don't necessarily love clean shaven AJ. I don't know. I just feel like
It's also really hard to maintain, though.
I feel like it's just it's definitely very hard to maintain because I can grow a beard in like 2 weeks. Bad says definitely busy season for him. He's doing a lot of haunted house building. Yeah, he is. He's doing not just one, not just two. I believe he's doing like 3 or 4 haunted houses that he's helping out with, and it's all insane. But you can tell he's just so excited about October. Whenever October is like, you know, the month is around the corner, and then now that we're here in October, you know, just seeing the excitement for Zach, it's really cool. And you know, he's definitely very, very passionate in building these haunted houses and also scaring people in these haunted houses. So that's very cool. I did my fair share of you know, scaring in haunted houses.
Yeah.
When my time working for the city, we did a lot of cool events where we would go ahead and actually build the maze. We did a maze, and we would go ahead and build it. The city job was awesome. Worked with some really cool people, and I think I did it for 4 years, and 3 of the 4 years I was a werewolf. And I think the last year I was a clown. So yeah, that's good stuff, guys. But spooky season is always a fun season, for sure. And I want to ask you guys, do you guys ever just go ahead and like listen? Like for me, for work, music is essential. I really love listening to music and stuff and all that. And so what I've done early on in the week is that I will go ahead and listen to a soundtrack. Do you guys have like a soundtrack that you guys like listen to, like a movie soundtrack? Something that you guys listen to where you're just like, well, you know, I really like the soundtrack. I don't know. Like for me, I'll tell you guys, it was Sweeney Todd. I know it's Lexi's favorite movie. Yeah, and so we're here in spooky season, you know, and for whatever reason, there's a certain song I wanted to hear. It was like in my mind. I was like, oh man, yeah, like I wanted to hear Down by the Sea, you know, and
you guys know that song. It's actually gone on TikTok for a little bit. Like people are doing basically like saying that they're doing the Mrs. Lovett.
Yeah. So and then I told you what was going through my mind, right when I was listening to it. And here's the thing: is that like
you're
for
writing
me,
the scene.
I like where Josh is saying season 4 of AOT soundtrack is on repeat when I work, and that's awesome. What was it? 2 years ago when my you know how Spotify gives you a Spotify Wrapped or whatever. I think it might have been last year too, but yeah, I was listening to a ton of all different AOT stuff, and so the reason I bring up the Sweeney Todd thing is because it started with that song Down by the Sea, and then what I was thinking of was an actual AOT thing, and I'm hearing Mrs. Lovett, I'm hearing Helena Bonham Carter, right?
Yeah.
I'm hearing her sing this to Johnny Depp, obviously Mr. Sweeney Todd, and the song itself is like her envisioning this future with him, right?
Yeah.
And she's thinking about it.
She's fantasizing.
And she's fantasizing about a life, right? Outside of what they're currently doing.
You know, getting married and settling down.
And then so what was going through my mind was I was envisioning, this is a song that Mikasa is singing to Eren Yeager, right? And I picture them pretty much where they were in season 4 when we get that kind of like, we go ahead and we go back to see them as they're visiting Marley, right? And how I envision them is the moment when Eren gets like friend zoned by her. That's how I see them that, like, in that sense where they're still a little bit younger. They're not necessarily, Aaron's not full long hair yet. He's kind of had that like little mid hair. And I'm getting too much into details here, but pretty much it's just Mikasa being so sweet, and it's a different side of her because we see her the sweeter side whenever it involves Aaron, and she's envisioning this life. And then it's like, if you listen to that song, Johnny Depp part, Sweeney Todd, right? His part is just pretty much, he's just going with emotions. And at one point he's like, what does he say? Like, anything you say,
anything you say,
and whatever and stuff. And he's kind of just there going through emotion. And I picture like Aaron real quick before Kyron leaves. Kyron, love you, man.
Oh, see you, Kyron.
Happy that you're able to pop in, man. And hopefully you have a good work shift and all that, good week, and we'll see you hopefully soon. And I want to get to your guys' soundtracks real quick because that's really cool. I love seeing this, but yeah, that's what I envisioned. So I'm listening to the Sweeney Todd thing, right? And AOT is still going on in my head. So yeah. I love it. It's a good stuff, guys. But real quick to go ahead and kind of see your guys' answers. Yeah, Josh has mentioned season 4 of AOT soundtrack on repeat. Love it. Bad says I have to have music or a podcast or audiobook going on when I drive for almost 11 hours a day. That's right. Bad is a truck driver, I believe, right? So she's always So Bad is driving a lot of doing a lot of driving as a truck driver.
That's a lot of listening that you can do.
Yeah, definitely a lot of music, podcasts, and audio. But that's awesome.
11 hours a day.
Heisa says the Guts theme or the sea scene song that plays.
Okay, from Berserk.
Oh, Berserk, awesome. Okay, Kyron said Transformers movie 1 through 3.
Ooh, yeah, that's good. That's good. Linkin Park, R.I.P. Chester, but yeah, Linkin Park.
Sure. SP says I used to listen to AOT a lot too, or podcasts. Yeah.
Maybe perhaps AOT podcasts.
There you go. Yeah, there you go. Beautiful. And Josh says I'm actually playing piano and I've been practicing the AOT track. Whoa, what?
Nice job, man.
That's awesome, man.
That's so cool. Whenever anyone plays an instrument, I'm like so impressed because I'm like, I'm so like used to like the sports world where it's like, oh yeah, like, you know, I do a little bit of tennis here and there, or I do a little bit of basketball. I'm like, oh, cool, that's cool that you're staying physically active. But then when someone says like I play an instrument, I'm like, whoa, whole another skill.
Oh yeah, for sure. That's awesome, man.
Impressive.
Hell yeah. I said Mikasa can go get rumbled.
Not humbled.
Not humbled.
Okay.
See, the thing is, Heise is a Jaegerist, and I would imagine, you know, we know that he thinks very highly of Aaron, and so that's why I think this slander doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
You know, we understand that Aaron has his, you know, he has a soft spot for Mikasa because of their childhood, because of everything they've gone through and experience and stuff. So I don't think Mikasa is necessarily going to get rumbled.
Yeah. Perhaps not.
So no.
I guess we'll see.
Josh says that it's called Shingeki PF Medley. It's only been used a few times in the show.
Okay. Yeah, the piano track that he's playing.
Yeah.
That's cool. That's really Shingeki Medley.
And I love those like very slow temp like piano sounds that are like in like anime and stuff. Like there's
it's always during like the most like powerful like emotional scenes.
Yeah.
If used correctly, if used right, then
yeah. I mean, I think of just different ones. I mean, there's so many of them where I'm like, damn, like whenever I hear that specific like slower temp song, man, it always just kind of like either pulls a heartstring or it just kind of like, I don't know. There's a couple of them I think of. I know there's some in like Tokyo Ghoul. You know, usually they involve more kind of like love scenes with Kaneki,
which are AJ's favorite.
Yeah, for sure. Toka and all that good stuff.
Yeah.
And then, you know, obviously I think of like One Piece has theirs as well. Usually it involves, you know, the Going Merry. There's so many good ones too where I'm like, damn, you know, that's good stuff there. But Josh says that it's in the scene where Mikasa is thinking about Eren when she's on the boat in one of the latest episodes. Yeah, see, again, it's just another tender moment where it's like Mikasa is just thinking about this, and what's going through my mind is her just singing "Down by the Sea."
Yeah.
I wish I could play it right now, but I don't want to go ahead and get like full on, you know, copyright strike.
I know, but if you guys know, you guys know.
Yeah. And I would highly suggest, one, if you guys have not seen Sweeney Todd, go ahead and watch Sweeney Todd, especially since it's spooky season. And if you have, then go ahead and just when you're at work or if you're driving in, you know, like with Bad, you know, just anybody if you have time.
It's a great
just go ahead and listen to the soundtrack.
Movie with great actors.
Yeah. Listen to the soundtrack. Just if you guys have Spotify, go to Sweeney Todd soundtrack and just go ahead and listen to it. It's I believe it's like 8 songs.
Yeah.
And yeah.
And it has like actors that like everyone knows. It's a lot of Harry Potter actors actually, but yeah, everyone knows.
Even the another one too that's so beautiful is actually the actor, what's his name, Jamie Campbell Bower or something like that.
Yeah.
He is now obviously well known for his role in Stranger Things, right?
As
yeah, what's the name again of the bad guy?
He's
the main bad guy over in Stranger Things over in
the heck.
later
I totally
seasons.
forgot. If you guys remember his name, please tell me. The one that's in the most recent season.
Yeah. We don't want to go and get too much into the spoiler territory for that because obviously
but his
a lot
name.
of
But
people,
yeah, he plays.
But yeah, he's
and I think it's funny that like everyone knows him like from Stranger Things.
Yeah.
But like when I was watching, I was like, oh my God, he's from Sweeney Todd.
Yeah. And then he has another just.
That's Anthony from Sweeney Todd.
He sings in it, and they all sing in it. But I mean, again, he has this really beautiful voice and stuff. So he sings that song Joanna.
It's a very soft voice.
I love it. And then so there's really good stuff in there. And yeah,
they have Alan
says I have YouTube Music, so I think you can definitely find it there.
R.I.P.
Yeah, R.I.P. to Alan Rickman. People know him obviously as Professor Snape from Harry Potter. Yeah, it's a definitely worth the watch for sure, especially during Halloween. All right, guys. So we're gonna finally finish episode 13 of season 3. I know that this is part 4 of our episode breakdown and discussions, and yeah, that's only because again this episode is there's a lot to talk about because there's different phases here of what's happening over to the scouts. We know that the first part of the episode is literally just them embarking on this mission, right? Of them getting the just the praise that they don't ever get from the crowd, from the citizens and stuff, right? And then as they go ahead and they venture off into this mission, it's them, the characters are OG characters, Mikasa, Aaron and Armin. They are, in a sense, kind of like reminiscing on what has happened, on the journey it took to go ahead and get to this point. The fact that they're finally traveling back home, they obviously come across some sleepy titans, that kind of spook, a couple of our characters. Again, Mikasa, they're back over in familiar territory over in the outside of that mountain, just outside of Shiganshina district, where I'm guessing maybe they would go ahead and try to find, wood for fire and stuff, Just they're going through this trip down memory lane a little bit, and we've even had the one of the Q&As be just if you were in that moment and you were finally heading back home, how would you feel and stuff, and so it's something where it's like, for me, I can't help but go ahead and empathize with the idea of them, like everything that they've gone through, just the entire journey, and now they're finally going back home, how that must really just make them feel, right? With all the different emotions these characters have and stuff. And I like the idea of having these badass characters, feeling something a little bit more tender, a little bit more emotional, and not always be so just focused and stone faced and stuff, and all that. And I like that. I like that aspect. And yeah, so we're finally here, guys, over in part 4.
We made it. We made it.
And we'll go ahead. I'll do a very, very rough recap as to what we talked about last week. But you guys know the drill. Obviously, spoiler warnings to all our friends. We like to go ahead and talk about spoiler stuff in regards to AOT the anime. And you guys know the drill. We'll go ahead and we'll focus on first the poll questions and the Q&A. Can't wait to see what you guys said. I'm always excited to go ahead and see what the results and all the feedback is and all the responses. And yeah, it's one of my favorite parts over of the podcast. And yeah, so I think we can go ahead and get started with that. What do you say?
Yes,
all right.
I'm
so
ready.
Without further ado, take it away, Lex.
I'm going to start off with the Q&A, and we actually talked about this a little bit in the beginning of the podcast. So great segue. We asked you guys last week, which anime character would you be most excited to see be interviewed?
Yeah, this is something that you guys mentioned to us last week.
It's because Aaron's going to be the first anime character to be interviewed. He's going to be we don't know exactly how that's going to work, but it's going to happen.
I like the idea though of having some kind of improvisation in it. Like having fans
like how
asking questions to Aaron, and having maybe like they do over on like Comic-Con or something, they have like a table
that
and
kind
stuff.
of like at panels where it's like, oh, what do you think is this character's favorite, and it's the voice actor,
and having Bryce Papenbrook as Aaron answering as Aaron, how he thinks Aaron would go ahead and think. Like he's obviously been Aaron enough.
But answer in like a first person as Aaron.
Yeah, exactly. And I think that'd be an awesome thing. And again, like Lexi said, I don't know how it's going to go ahead and all play out. I don't know what the whole. Yeah, that'll be a cool thing. So I'm excited to go ahead and see what potential responses you guys gave to what anime characters you would like to go ahead and see be given a similar interview.
So first off, we have friend of the show who we miss very much, the Eddie Hinston.
Yeah, shout out Eddie.
Hello, Eddie. Miss you, man. Eddie says Levi Ackerman would be interesting since he always has his guard up. Yeah, because
That's a good one.
They would try to be asking him questions, try to get to know him, and he'd be like, "What's it to you?
Yeah.
Why do I need to tell you this?
Yeah, and
Why are you
having the
asking?"
voice actor again answering these questions as Levi would be. That'd be interesting to see how far the actor would go ahead and take it. Would he go ahead and be just so blunt?
Yeah.
Or would he go ahead and kind of, since he's with fans and stuff, would he be a little bit more,
we know Levi's
engaging?
A little softy.
Yeah.
Levi's a softy.
Yeah, we'd love to go ahead and see. Yeah, exactly. That's a good one, Eddie. Thank you so much for that response.
Yeah, that one was good.
I wonder if there's going to be any more Levi's, because that's a really good response.
But again, it's like we didn't keep it specifically to Attack on Titan.
No.
I'm curious to see
Yeah.
what other characters, because what did you answer when we asked you?
Shoot, that's a good question.
remember.
I think I said Kellen Goff. Maybe not. Oh no, Eric Vale, Shigaraki.
Yeah, Eric Vale.
Yeah. Yeah, so that would be cool.
But if it was a character, though.
Yeah, well, I said Shigaraki.
Oh yeah,
But
Shigaraki. Okay.
any of Eric Vale's character, I mean, obviously him as, Sanji
You're
would be
like any
cool
of
and
them.
stuff, But for me, if I was choosing Kellen Goff, I wanted to answer it as Overhaul.
yeah.
That'd be cool.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, I mean, if I were to come up with a protagonist,
Yeah. Don't forget about
think-
those heroes.
I think you have to get back to me. I think you have to get back to me. So
Because my answers were Light Yagami from
Yes.
Death Note. I think that would be really cool to hear how he thinks and everything, and just interview him about like
that's best of both worlds,
just-
protagonist and antagonist.
Yeah, just like interview
Ah,
him
that's a good one,
about
that's a
like
good one for
oh
sure,
yeah,
I
All
see.
Might. Yeah,
that's a good
having
one.
Chris Sabat.
Yeah. I think Chris Sabat for
but-
me, I would want him to go ahead and be Vegeta.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
of
then
course.
my other
I mean,
answer from the same anime would be that I would be just. It would just be so enjoyable to see him answer questions. Would be Ryuk.
Oh
Interviewing
wow,
Ryuk
yeah, that's a
would
good
just
one.
be
That's a really good one.
Really fun.
Yeah.
Like that would make
Damn,
me
that's a good one.
excited.
Yeah.
And that's a question. Which one
Honestly,
would you be most excited to see?
That's the one I think where it's Ryuk voice actor or live action.
Yeah.
Imagine having
I
Willem
wouldn't mind
Dafoe there.
having Willem Dafoe.
Willem Dafoe there.
He's just as unhinged as Ryuk is.
Yeah.
He is Ryuk, so
That'd be
let's just.
That'd be cool for sure.
But anyways, got a little sidetracked. Next answer we have is from friend of the show, I Am Storm, also known as Heise, joining us.
yeah.
And who do you think he said?
I don't think he said All Might, but I think that he would, because he's already getting Eren Yeager. So I mean, I'm thinking it's got to be Flock, right?
Yeah, he said Flock.
Yeah, Flock. Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah.
He said Flock,
Yeah.
which is, again, I feel like that would be kind of interesting. I mean, he gets on his soapbox a good amount of times in the anime already.
Yeah.
And, already has all of his speeches and stuff about his thoughts and stuff. I mean, I'm kind of tired of hearing his thoughts. But Heise would love to hear more of them. So,
I think staying on theme here with AOT, for me, I would love to go ahead and see an interview with we'll see what you guys said and how you voted, but he could be technically humanity's best weapon.
yeah,
But I think Armin. I would love to see an interview with Armin.
that'd be pretty cool.
I think Armin would give very good, well thought out responses and give good insight and stuff, and also give good emotion as well and stuff.
Yeah.
I think, it's not a phone, but
Like it'd
you
be a
dropped
very. Oh, what the heck? Where did that come from? How did that fall down?
I don't know.
All right.
But interesting.
Chapstick.
Heise says, I want to interview the Todoroki family and Kachan and Deku too.
Yeah, just
You
interview
see,
everyone.
that's like somewhat what the shows like Jerry Springer stuff
Yeah.
or whatever, like
The Todoroki
or
family,
Mori
then
or
you
whatever.
have-
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
All
wow.
that going on.
That's interesting stuff there. Good luck controlling.
agrees.
Good luck controlling Deku and Bakugo for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, asking Bakugo any question, and he's like, "You idiot!"
Yeah.
Starts answering. I want to interview Marco. We can't, man.
Can't. He's no longer.
I mean, technically, with that logic, we can't. You can. Which half of him do you want to interview?
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you for that. Next, we have from friend of the show, Shiny Lorantis.
Yep.
Lo
What's up, Lo?
says Rampo from Bungo Stray Dogs, and we watched like the first
we watched like first couple of episodes.
yeah,
right?
and I don't remember who that is.
Yeah, I'd have to go ahead and see a picture for sure of what the character looks like, but I remember that's one we started and just never stuck with.
Yeah, I weirdly fell asleep during like the most interesting part.
Yeah. SB has a great response
Oh,
too.
it's the younger.
Isn't he like the main? No.
No, the main one is whatever his name is,
Yeah.
the suicidal one.
Yeah, you're right. SB has a great response here saying Ymir. And that is our Historia Ymir saying, Ymir, I want to know what it was like to be a Titan for all those years.
Yeah, was it just hibernation or?
Yeah, that's a great, to get more insight as to, just being a pure Titan stuff, what they experience, what they see, what they feel. Yeah, exactly. Like I said, is it a nightmare?
Yeah.
I don't know. It says, I hear Tokyo Ghoul.
Yeah, I hear it. Yes.
There, yeah.
Yes,
this is another playlist that I have. Sometimes I listen to at work. It's just I have my own anime playlist. It's all good stuff.
Thank you for that, Lo.
Yeah, the good one, Lo.
Next we have from _Wakimoto777, which is Marco's girlfriend.
Oh, cool.
Sadie.
Hell yeah. Shout out Sadie.
Sadie answers Gojo from, you haven't seen it,
but I've heard a lot about Gojo.
Jujutsu Kaisen, which I haven't seen the newest season or the movie.
Yeah.
But I heard that I don't really need to watch the movie to continue the season. So I might just continue the season.
Yeah. But I think that's very much a very popular vote, or popular, He's
a very popular
response,
character, especially right now because it's currently, like, Jujutsu Kaisen is currently still, like, coming out. Like, I think every Sunday or every Saturday an episode comes out. So, yeah.
Yeah.
And Heise agrees and says, ooh, and Geto. Yeah.
Very, very cool. Very cool. Yeah, thank you so much for that, Sadie.
So thank you for that. Now, lastly, but certainly not lastly,
what's up, cuz?
we have hello.
Yeah. Sometimes it is. Sometimes I have a certain anime song, one specific song on repeat, and and I will say that it is Blackbeard's theme. I love Blackbeard.
That's his walkout song.
One thing too is that like Blackbeard, we're talking about this and with the interview thing, is that unfortunately we cannot interview Blackbeard's voice actor.
No.
At least the first part.
At least
he
not.
has like the first 2 seasons or whatever.
Rest easy.
Yeah, the voice actor passed away, and so they got replaced with a voice actor who, in the anime, dubbed is Arlong's voice, which you guys might recognize because he's also the voice for anybody who likes Dragon Ball Z. Is the voice of Hercule. You know who Hercule is? Remember Hercule?
I know Hercules.
Remember Hercule?
I don't know who Hercules
Remember?
is.
Mr. Satan Man or whatever. He is the guy with the fro and he's got the mustache here in Dragon Ball Z.
Oh.
Yeah. Hercule.
Wait, that does sound familiar.
Yeah. You know who Hercule is. You know, yeah.
Like unlocking a memory.
Yeah,
from,
Hercule, yeah. He's
elementary school me when I would
very
walk
much a
by in the
little
living room.
comedic relief character, but he is a badass in One Piece and he's also Blackbeard, so yeah, hell yeah.
But like I was saying, lastly, but certainly not leastly, we have an answer from Bobby7. Hello,
Yeah, what's up,
Bobby.
Bobby?
Our loyal Bobby. Bobby says, honestly, Aaron, y'all, but maybe Reagan from Mob Psycho. Now, forgive me if I mispronounced that, but I haven't seen Mob Psycho.
Yeah.
So,
I haven't neither. But
if he's one of the main two guys, then I'll know who you're talking about. Let me see. It's literally like, it's one of the main guys. I have seen him in a lot of things, like memes and stuff, but I haven't seen Mob Psycho, which I heard it's really good. But there's a lot that I need to watch. Like I need to finish the newest. I haven't even started the newest season of both Jujutsu Kaisen or Demon Slayer. There's a new season of Demon Slayer. You are very far behind now, AJ.
Yeah, I know.
And then we need to finish My Hero.
Yeah.
And I need to finish Gen V, which isn't an anime, but I need to finish it. And whatever.
I'm watching Loki.
Oh, is it already out?
Loki season 2.
Oh my gosh, I need to watch that too.
Yeah, there's 2 episodes so far, and I'm watching Loki.
I'm gonna watch that too.
And anybody who hasn't seen Loki, you need to watch.
I need to watch it.
Season 1 and season 2 is currently happening right now.
But yeah, those are all of the answers.
Hell
Thank you
yeah.
guys for all of your answers. Very interesting question we had this
Thank you guys
week.
so much, yeah.
Yeah, and Bobby, your wish is gonna get granted because they are interviewing Aaron.
Yep.
But yeah, out of the 5 answers, 3 of them were AOT related.
Love it.
Pretty cool. Now let's go ahead and move on to the poll.
Yeah.
I have to get through the entire highlight before I get to the most recent poll. Hold on, guys.
It's been a lot of poll questions asked throughout.
Yeah. Okay. All right, I'm here. Now, like AJ hinted at, we asked you guys, who do you think is humanity's greatest weapon? Armin or Erwin? And that's because last episode, same episode, but last week in our episode,
Yeah.
we discussed the scene where Irvin describes Armin as humanity's greatest weapon, which is interesting because that's how Levi has described Irvin as humanity's greatest weapon. So, and because they have a lot of, they're always being compared in similarity, and since, you know, the whole, you guys know the whole lore
Everything
behind
that happens too, even after the fact, you know, it's one of those things where Armin himself always constantly really compares, you know, and it's something where it's like, man.
Comparison is the thief of joy, man.
Wow.
And he's been robbed.
That's real right there. Wow. Yeah, so I'm kind of curious to see where majority of the votes go. No shocker here. You guys know where my vote goes.
Yeah, no shocker.
Going for my guy Armin.
But let's see between the two votes.
Before we do that, where did you vote?
I was gonna say before we do that, you guess who is the most voted.
No, because the most voted is going to be Irvin, out of just respect for the dead.
Are you sure?
Are you sure? I don't know. I need to know, what did you guys vote?
Out of respect for the dead.
Tell me in chat, my friends. Did you guys vote for Irvin or did you vote for Armin? I know Heise voted for Irvin because he has that Armin hate for sure.
Yeah.
I need to know how you guys voted.
I didn't vote. I posted it and I didn't vote. I was like, I don't know, man.
But everyone disagrees. However, Josh says Armin is the easiest choice.
Armin is the easiest.
Yes. Think about hold on.
The hardest thing is his self-confidence.
Think about how many times Armin have saved our asses and how many times Irvin has risked our asses.
We don't know a whole lot of Irvin's legacy, like before, or you know, his life
that he is a damn stud of a soldier. We know that.
Yeah, we know at the end of his life. We don't know.
We know this
a whole lot
from Sadis is that Irvin's squad always comes back intact, right? We know he's a badass leader. We understand that, definitely, right? But we know that he's also a gambling man.
Yeah.
He likes to risk it for the biscuit. Armin is cool and calculated, not cool, but he's just cool as a character. He's not cool like in pressure, but sometimes, man, all that pressure, you know, it goes and creates diamonds.
But he's smart.
And that's what Armin is. Armin is a diamond. He just shines bright during the most crazy, the most intense moments. And you're going to see that here in this episode as well. And Josh, we have Josh, Armin's easiest choice. SB says Armin. You know, Heise disagrees. Bad says Lex, you have to vote live.
Yeah, because I didn't vote.
SB says yes. What is your vote? So, tell me, is it close?
Wait,
the results.
The results?
Because you can be the essentially.
It's close. Yeah, it's close. It's pretty close.
Okay. So,
but it's not like a.
Hi says Armin is not a big colossal L. He is a big colossal, yes. Irvin's biggest win, because my soldiers do not buckle or yield. Yeah. However, they do not survive sometimes.
Yeah, they didn't. Yeah, sometimes they don't survive. His soldiers have. But I will say it's a 3-vote difference.
Ooh.
It is a 3-vote difference. One of them.
So I'll tell you what. If you vote with the other side. Lexi's the deciding vote. Her vote counts as 4.
It's a 3-vote difference.
Her vote counts as 4.
Okay, well, okay.
You agree with the majority, huh?
Well, yeah, it doesn't matter because I agree with the majority. That's what I said.
Okay, yeah. So you said that you started with an A, which means it's Armin. You said majority.
Yeah.
So
with 54%, Armin is the top vote getter.
Fired up, baby!
Leaving Irvin with 46%.
Suck it, Irvin! Suck it!
Hey, what'd you just say? Respect for the dead.
I'm gonna dance on his grave.
No!
Yeah!
After we've fought so hard to for Irvin's case when
big dubs, so all that
Zach
voted.
was like, no, Pixis is the better commander. No, dude!
No!
What has he done?
No. That's one of the biggest things Zach has gotten wrong with this podcast.
Yeah.
And it's not much. Zach's usually on point when it comes to a lot of different insight and stuff and all that. And but I'm sorry, my friend Zach. Hey, the strongest commander, the best commander, actually wasn't any of those options. It's Armin.
It was Armin all along.
Think future. As it says, Pixis? Bah!
Yeah. Yeah. Pixis? No, yeah, that's
Remember,
like one of the very early OVAs. Go listen to it. It's really funny.
No, not Flock. But Pixis is future Zack.
No.
It's been written. We know. We see it. It's Pixis is future Zack, right?
Yeah.
We've already talked about that. And Pixis is also soon to be Lex.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very cool. I think we all have to go through a Pixis phase, though, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna grow out the mustache and then shave my head.
Yeah. And I think for me, that might be my new look too.
Yeah.
Is I'll just keep the mustache, but I think the hair will go too. I don't know. What do you guys think? Should I just go ahead and cut the hair? Just go all out? No? Nah, just a thought. We can all be Pixis together.
You'll regret it.
I'll just grow it back. You're right. I will regret it for sure. But hell yeah, Armin gets the dub.
Yeah.
It was close. I like that it was close for sure, you know. But I mean, it's clear. Both Armin and Irvin they're so essential to just the plan, whether it be, you know, just with Irvin and all that plan of just finding the truth, plan of just, you know, one step closer, you know, and all that. We know that Irvin takes risks. He goes and he sacrifices a lot of soldiers' lives, but he's never afraid to go ahead and sacrifice his life as well. You know, he's just that much more superior sometimes, you know, over in terms of, but not just superior, you know, because that's mean to say in regards to the other scouts who have laid down their lives, right?
Yeah.
But it's more of just like understanding what Irvin means going forward for the rest of the plans and stuff, you know. Let's say that we have multi-step plans. If step one involves sacrifice, and even if Irvin is willing to sacrifice his life, Captain Levi's not going to allow it, you know. So he's got more help for sure. I mean, Irvin is more capable of obviously taking care of himself.
Such a softie and cares so much about Irvin.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah, for sure. You know, that's definitely a romance there that is, you know, we never got to see. I know a lot of people want to see it, which is crazy to say. But yeah, I mean, Irvin he's just badass, man. He's a great commander. We know that he was the one who just was in a sense kind of destined to go ahead and lead the scouts. And a lot of that destiny comes from his, you know, childhood and what he experienced with his father. And we understand the motivation for him, right? And why he wanted to go ahead and become a scout and search outside the walls to go ahead and face these Titans head on is because he knew that his father was on the right track. And he understood that the government pretty much, you know, assassinated my father because of something that he knew. I need to find out what that is. And normally people would go ahead and really now act out against the government. Yeah. But Irvin's just that much more intelligent. He understands he needs to work closely with the enemy to, you know, figure out what their motives are. And then you have Armin, who is just, again, this bully kid who just, you know, has incredible character development.
Somehow is a better key for the safety of humanity.
That's just what it is, you know. We see it.
Than Irvin.
You know, I mean, sometimes
he's a genius, man. He's brilliant.
Sometimes it's just the brain outweighs the muscles, you know.
Yeah, brain over brawn or whatever that Survivor season was.
That's just what it is, you know. Like, I don't know. Would you rather have a solid plan? Or would you rather have, you know, just having the muscle?
A solid planner.
There you go. You know? I mean, that's an interesting question to go ahead and ask. I mean, would you rather be well prepared with the strategy or just be the stronger of the group? I don't know. But anyways, I'm happy that Armin won.
Yeah, I can tell.
And I'm happy that you agree.
Fired up. I do agree. I do.
Yeah, very, very cool.
I don't need to plead my case.
Yeah.
Y'all got it.
I think the only person that needs to plead their case is Heise, because Heise clearly is the only one here that disagrees. So.
Now, he said he changed his vote. He added in Flock, and then he added in Grisha.
Oh, so anybody except for Armin, huh?
Yeah, anyone except for Armin.
Anyone except Armin? Wow. Great. But so far, those two options, I mean, Flock and Grisha, they're both gone. So yeah. Interesting. All right, very cool. Well, thank you guys so much for the responses, for all the feedback. We appreciate you guys.
Thank you.
I look forward to go ahead and seeing what you guys say. And I was very excited this week to see if you guys were going to be in agreement with me. And yeah, happy that the majority was for Armin.
By, well, technically 5 votes now.
Yeah,
counting
5 votes.
5 votes.
Very cool. All right, guys. What do you guys think? Should we go ahead and get into the episode here? Find out what the hell is happening here inside the walls? Everything seems to be going according to plan.
Yeah.
Is anything going to happen here?
Quiet. Too quiet.
Kai says Levi needs to be the leader. What do you think? I think Levi is a great captain.
Levi leads by example.
I think with Levi...
Not by talking.
Levi and his plans. I don't know.
He's got the speeches.
Levi and his plans.
Same with Irvin. Irvin and his plans.
Yeah, well, I mean, Irvin... Yeah. Irvin likes to go ahead and keep his plans to himself a lot of times, and he doesn't really tell you. It's like need-to-know basis, right? I'll just give you what your current objective is, but in terms of the overall plan, you don't need to necessarily know all that needs to happen.
Yeah.
You know? I mean, it works. That's the thing, you know? I mean, there's casualties, unfortunately, but that's how it is, you know, when you go outside the walls. But majority of the time, yay, Irvin can go ahead and be successful with the help of, you know, Titan users and all that. But hey, you need to have all that in battle against Titans. Anyways, guys, before I get into any more tangents here.
Yeah, that's for later on in the episode.
For sure. Like I said, we'll do a very brief recap. And as I mentioned, the plan is just going according to plan. We understand that
according to plan.
The scouts, they finally made it back to Walmaria. They finally made it back to the Shiganshina district. This is, again, home to Eren, home to Mikasa and Armin. This is a big deal. This is an area where the scouts haven't even been able to go ahead and really be in, let alone just, you know, just claim or anything and stuff. It's been years, but they're finally there trying to go ahead and retake that land, retake the wall. And that's important for, you know, everything going forward, right? You're able to go ahead and reclaim a wall. That's just another
big deal.
Defense that you have. And so they finally make it there. And again, Eren is able to go ahead and seal the breach over in the outer wall. We understand there was two breaches there. There's the one outer wall from the Colossal Titan, and then there was the inner wall breach where the Armored Titan went ahead and he just muscled his way through it. You know? So one down, one to go. You know, and so now we're thinking, where are the Titans? Where is the enemy? Right?
Well, if anyone happened to slip on those straws.
Yeah, exactly.
And also Armin's got his thinking cap on.
Armin was able to find something. You know, he found that, you know, multiple people have been camping. As a matter of fact, 3 people have been camping. And so that now begs the question, who was the third person?
That one guy. Wait, there's a third?
Yeah, the squad leader, Dirk.
Yeah, Dirk. That's his name.
Yeah, so Dirk, we'll continue on with Dirk. He obviously is not the best at being aware. But... yeah,
he may not be on the field that much, but you know.
Yeah, him and many others.
They'll explain it to him.
Yeah.
Hence explaining it to us, the audience.
So anyways, Armin, he explains what he found. And he does a good job of really, you know, just again being very aware and long story short, Irvin himself has given this current objective to Armin, right, as this new leading force, as this squad leader, to go ahead and search for what is right in front of us. We understand that because Armin even himself says that, like, we have to now think going forward that there are many enemies going after us, right? But Irvin is like, I need you to focus
around us.
on the enemy in front of us.
Yeah.
Right? We need to find them. So you're going to go ahead and lead the squad.
We'll see.
Yeah, you're going to go ahead and lead this squad. He gathers, you know, scouts together. Armin goes out there and lays out what the objective is to go ahead and scour the walls, to go ahead and search and find the enemies, right? And even, well, at this point, it's to go ahead and just find the enemy who is around. Because they searched the wall already.
They know that they're near.
Yes.
They were expecting us.
Yes.
They're still in here somewhere hiding.
So now Armin has them essentially checking nearby homes, checking, you know, vacant houses and stuff like that. No, everything's vacant there, but I know. But you know, just going, they're checking the surroundings and stuff, you know, not just the walls now. And so Armin now, he is the squad leader. Again, Eren, he has made it now to the inner wall. He has transformed, and it is a great transformation, very, very bright and big, and gets the attention, of course, of our enemies, which we see Bertold, who is inside of this barrel, he's waiting for his moment to strike.
He could breathe.
And then we have Rhino, who is hidden somewhere, and he is waiting to go ahead and be unleashed. And so the plan, again, everything's going well. So we'll see what the hell happens here. So without further ado, let's go ahead and let's finish this episode. This is season 3, episode 13. This is the town where everything began. This is part 4 and the final part here of our breakdown and discussion. So let's do this. So we continue the episode as Eren continues his mission to seal that second breach. Meanwhile, Armin is lacking confidence in his leading ability and execution. Armin, thinking while he's on the side of the wall, he asks himself, what do I do? Eren's on his way to seal the inner gate. If the enemy's here, we need to find them before he does it. And then Armin gasps as he spirals. Why would they have let us plug the outer breach without a fight? Why can't we find them no matter how much we search? They knew we'd come. They must have. If this is a trap, if we fail here, then it'll really be over for us. They always catch us off guard by using Titans and their powers in ways we can't predict. And they always have the advantage because they know so much more about the Titans than we do. Hold on. Armin suddenly looks at the walls. And then he remembers something that happened. He recalls that exposed hole in the wall during the battle at Stohes. The battle of Eren's Titan versus Annie's Titan. He recalls that Titan face exposed. Armin then immediately signals a flare to get the attention of Commander Irvin and the scouts. Armin and his scouts now, they have gathered. They're at the top of the wall. A scout asks,
Did you find them, Arlet? Where?
Armin responds, the walls. Everyone scour the walls. A scout informs,
But we've already searched all around them. There isn't anywhere to hide on the walls.
Armin orders, check inside them. The scouts, they all stop. And even the commander himself, he's stunned. The scout responds,
Inside the walls?
Armin adamantly confirms, yes. Look for a small cavity that someone could hide out in. It may be covered. The scout asks,
How do you know that this exists?
Armin pauses before answering. Now looking not very confident, he answers, it's a hunch. The scouts, they all essentially just roll their eyes. And then the scout gets in Armin's face and tells him,
Damn it! Do you have any idea what kind of situation we're in? We don't have time to waste on your hunches!
Then Armin tries to reason, but just think about it. The enemy always gets the better of us by using Titan powers in ways we could never have imagined. If we can constrain ourselves to normal tactical reasoning, then we'll never be able to gain the upper hand. Then, a soldier shoots a red smoke flare in the sky. Armin and all of the gathered scouts, they stop. And then they stare. And that soldier that signaled the red smoke is Commander Irvin. Now, the scouts that are off to the side, the scouts that aren't even involved in this whole situation, right? The scouts that are currently waiting their orders, they all see this signal. As a scout says, that's the signal to halt the mission. And then Hanji, we see who's with her scouts, and she's with Eren and Mikasa. Hanji orders,
Everyone scatter and stand by on top of the wall.
The scouts, they all acknowledge, except we see Eren, who is wide-eyed and confused. Now back to Commander Irvin. He informs the scouts, there are times to be strict and times to be flexible. Uphold the principles of our vows. Do what it takes to win. Follow the chain of command and keep your eyes fixed on the path to victory. Armin just stares at the commander for a moment. And then he realizes as he snaps back into his squad leader role as he orders, form 2 groups again and check the wall surfaces. Start your search above the gate. Go! Quickly! The scouts, they pause for a moment, but then ultimately, they follow the chain of command. They go and follow their orders. Wow. Let's talk about this real quick, because this is a hunch, right? This is just a hunch. Interesting. SB very interestingly says Irvin wouldn't have thought of that, and I think that goes to show
why he
here
voted Armin.
with how Irvin reacted when Armin starts thinking to himself, like, what is going on here? He understands, like, they're searching for the enemy, but they can't find the enemy, but they're so just strapped with time, right, that at any moment the enemy can go ahead and strike, and while they're looking, right, just boom, here comes the enemy, all the soldiers are exposed. You know, the plan could go ahead and just go to shit.
Yeah.
You know, the fact that the enemy always gets the upper hand, Armin is aware of that. And I think at this point here,
we cannot predict.
I think Armin here, as we see, he begins to kind of spiral as he tries to gather his thoughts, all of his reasoning and strategy, that he is in this leadership role. And I think he's almost like, I can't screw up.
Yeah.
I can't screw up.
Just
we need
really
to go ahead and find this
play the
enemy.
role and just,
And how nerve-wracking does it have? You think it is when you have the commander himself who entrusts you, right? Who essentially, if I remember correctly, right, he physically tells Armin that he is a human. No, actually, he says that to Dirk, right? Yeah. But still, to have the vote of confidence, to have just, you know,
the fact that he granted you some kind of leadership role. It's like when you get a promotion, it's like, hey, now you can't mess up now because you just got the promotion. Now what?
Yeah. And
if
keep
you
in
mess up
mind,
now, it's gonna get taken away, man.
to this example here, it's like, this is a promotion you're getting. If you mess up, that could ultimately be life and death.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And
life
I
or
think
death,
that's why it's just such high stakes here for Armin. And Armin now is he's putting the pressure on
he
himself.
He really does have like people's lives in his hand, right?
He does, you know, and we understand that the scouts are kind of like they're hesitating a little bit, even when they went ahead and do this first objective here, which is to go ahead and search for the enemy in nearby homes and houses and locations and stuff. But now, the fact that Armin, even in such high stakes, recalled that moment with that rumbling Titan.
Yeah.
That was exposed, you know, because of the Battle of Stohes, right? The same Titan that, you know, Pastor Nick was so adamantly panicking, like, don't let the sunlight hit it, cover that Titan.
Cover him up. Like, how do you know about this, man?
This, for Armin to go ahead and recall that, and now gather everybody, you know? And again, this is just a hunch, right?
Yeah.
But to SB's point here, that when Armin explains, right, that to search inside the walls.
Obviously, that's something no one thought about.
Yeah.
Because they all were like, dude, what?
Yeah.
Inside?
That even Irvin himself becomes very surprised. And I think in that moment, even he is like SB says, like, wow, I didn't even think of that.
Yeah.
You know?
The inner workings of his mind are an enigma.
Yeah. As a
Except it actually is
as a carton of milk just tips over and spills. Yeah, it's again, this is another cool moment here, and it's kind of like, again, we talked about last week with the passing of the torch type thing, right?
Yeah.
And now it's just kind of like Irvin himself is now very much surprised and I think also impressed with Armin Arlett, who is still very much a young man.
Yeah.
You know, at this point, they're probably in their late teens, probably anything, I can't remember exactly, but I want to say maybe anywhere from 15 to 17 years old.
I think they're around 15 right now.
You know, and it's
they're
just
still
like
pretty young.
Yeah, and so
he didn't really pass him a torch. He passed him more of like a match.
Yeah, there you go.
Here's a match.
Here's a match. Don't screw it up. Do not mess it up at all and stuff. You know, keep this little flame lit over in this match.
It's gonna start running out, but here's your match.
Yeah. Don't, even if it starts burning your fingers. I know. I don't care.
Hold on tight, man.
Hold on tight. Yeah, and then so
keep that flame going.
I think Armin here. I mean, it's you see him in how his mind works and stuff. You know, he has an idea. He very, very quickly reacts.
Yeah.
He gets everybody together. He goes and explains what he found, right? Mm-hmm. But the moment somebody pushes back, that's when the confidence starts.
Yeah, it's when he's like,
kind of like, oh, like, how do you know? How do you know?
Yeah.
We already searched the walls. How do you know?
Yeah.
Oh, it's just a hunch.
Yeah.
And then when you have somebody getting in your face.
Yeah, being like, dude, like you have lives in your hands. Da, da, da. Like, do you realize what situation we're in?
Yeah.
And dude, you're stressing him out, man.
Yeah, you know, and I think that nobody else would ever do this to an appointed leader, you know, unless
No one would do that to Irvin.
Yeah. Well, Irvin for sure not. You know, I don't think
People
they
are
would do
afraid of
that to
Irvin.
Hanji. I don't think they would do that to.
People aren't really afraid of Armin. That's why.
Yeah, and I think that they definitely wouldn't even do it to Dirk as well. You know, like it's one of those things where it's like there's pushback here because this is essentially a kid, right? Who, like you said, you know, in that episode, this guy is trying to explain to him, like, look, dude, do you not understand the situation that we have here? Do you not understand the stakes?
Yeah.
Like, our lives are in jeopardy too here, but you leading us, and you guys are telling us to go ahead and waste time and search the walls that we already searched?
Yeah, we already searched them. There's no one, like, check inside them. What do you mean check inside the walls?
Yeah.
They're in the walls, literally.
Yeah.
But yeah, to push back to it. I mean, again, the only realistic thing I could think of someone also pushing back like that, yelling in a commander's face, would be like maybe to Pixis or something, because people are really high strung and really stressed out when lives are at stake.
Yeah.
And when it's something stressful happening. But that's usually in situations when it's like people are dying. There's death happening. The plan is going super well, so everyone is,
I think,
kind of just really stressed at there's a huge fear of the unknown going on.
I think it's that sense of like, yeah, the stress, and it's essentially kind of like I don't want to say that it's kind of like eggshell type thing, right? But it's almost like, look, things are going so well, we cannot slip up at all, and now you're also still on your toes because it's like you're expecting something
like now
to happen.
we need to be really on high alert, because if we miss even the smallest little hint that we know where the enemy is, then that's bad.
Yeah. And so again, there's that pushback from some of the scouts, from some of Armin's actual soldiers here that he is leading.
Yeah.
But then the commander himself says enough of that, right? Because even as SB says here, that Irvin himself didn't think about that. So I think that Irvin is probably impressed and even thinking to himself, like, this kid might be onto something. And then that's when he essentially lays down the law here and says, like, look, there are times to be flexible and think about this, but no, we need to go ahead and be very strict about this. We need to act accordingly, right? And we need to do what it takes to win. So now follow the chain of command, which means listen to your leader, listen to your squad leader, right? And focus on the path to victory.
Yeah.
And yeah, Heise says, what if we see that big monkey with binoculars? I think that we're going to see this big monkey really, really soon.
Yeah.
But yeah, so now what's interesting here is that the moment Commander Irvin signals that flare, that is not to tell his squad, not his squad, but Armin and his squad to stop. That is signaling to everybody to stop. Whatever you're doing, stop. We see, I think maybe we talk about it, or maybe not, or maybe it's something that I didn't put in the notes here or focus on, but there is a moment when, like, no, it's with Hanji and them.
Yeah.
Literally, they're currently en route, right?
Yeah.
But then they see
and
that, and then they go ahead and they immediately go back to the top of the wall.
Yeah.
Right?
Go to the top of the wall, scatter, wait for more orders.
Yeah.
And
And so everything is at a complete stop right now.
But that also just shows you how much Irvin trusts Armin's thinking.
Yeah.
He trusts Armin in general, because he heard him say something that even he was stunned about.
Yeah.
And was like, you know what? This kid could be onto something.
Yeah.
I'm going to stop everything because I believe him.
And I think, too, that's also now changing priorities. Before it was that second breach and sealing that, right? And now it's like, look.
Now the priority is
finding the enemy.
Yeah.
You know? And so, yeah, everybody else is over on standby. The other scouts, Armin scouts, they have their current order, which is to go ahead and scour the walls and check to see if there's anybody hiding inside the walls. And yeah, so we're going to go ahead and see how this plays out. All right.
Shall continue.
We continue as the scouts can be seen, as I mentioned, scouring the walls, checking for the enemy. Now, the scouts, we see them are suspended using their ODM cables. They're essentially with both blades in their hands, using the handles, using the blades to go ahead and tap the walls and feel for any emptiness, right? To see if they can go ahead and feel any kind of empty or spot inside the walls.
Something sounds a little hollow.
Yeah. Now Connie, who again is off to the side, waiting on orders, Connie is watching the scouts, checking these walls. Now, again, these scouts didn't hear the conversation that happened with Irvin, with Armin. So they're essentially waiting for whatever signal flare, I'm assuming green, to signal carry on.
Yeah, continue.
Right? So Connie asks, what are they doing? Is this safe? I feel like a sitting duck. Jean, who of course is standing beside Connie and Sasha, responds, I don't know, but this doesn't seem like much of a surprise attack. I wonder, did Armin figure something out? On top of the wall, with Eren and Mikasa, we see Captain Levi, being very leery of the situation. We now see Armin, who also is scouring the walls. As Armin checks, he thinks to himself, a position they'll be able to react from, no matter when Eren might appear. A position from which they can see everything that happens. If there's a hiding spot like that, then it must be in the walls. Assuming the enemy doesn't know that we're aware of the Titans in the wall, they'd have every reason to think this would take us by surprise. It all adds up. And then a scout taps on the wall and notices something. And that scout then signals his flare to alert as he yells out, right here! This part of the wall is hollow! And then, in that moment, like a door opening, Reina reveals himself to that scout. And then Reina shoves his blade right through the scout's gut, killing the scout. Everyone takes notice as they watch the scout's body fall. Reina now exits the wall and stares right at Armin as Armin screams out, Reina! But before Reina can act, he looks up and he notices something coming down very quickly. And that something is Captain Levi. As Levi strikes Reina, shoving his blade through Reina's neck. Now Reina begins to fall, and Captain Levi continues as he now shoves his blade through Reina's chest. Levi thinks that he has the upper hand, but then Reina looks Levi right in the eyes, and Levi now has to retreat as Reina's body hits the ground. Levi, who's now next to Armin on the wall, says, shit, and Armin asks, Captain, but Levi then asks, what are these guys made of? A blade through the neck, and the bastard still won't die. And on the ground, Reina's body begins to twitch and convulse like he's possessed. And then Reina yells out as he transforms. Now this bright transformation erupts as we see Eren and Mikasa staring, just focused and ready. Now the group of scouts on top of the wall, they're staring, but they're not ready. We see that they're trying to stay focused, but they're very much afraid as they now see the armored titan laying on the ground. Now Commander Irvin yells out, keep your eyes open! We still need to find his allies! And right on cue, behind the commander, we see another sudden eruption that surprises the commander. And then an eruption of ongoing, continuous transformations appears to surround the walls. Commander Irvin turns around and he sees that bastard, the Beast Titan, who is now has his own wall of pure titans. We see our scout characters, they all react to this new sudden change of events. And then the beast begins his strike by picking up a boulder, and he gets in his pitcher's stance. He lifts up that leg and then he launches it like a shot put. Now Commander Irvin sees this boulder heading straight for the scouts, and he yells out, incoming boulder! Get down! Now the boulder crashes, but it hits the front of the wall. And now on the ground, outside of this wall, we see Marlowe with other scouts, and they're there attending to the horses. As Marlowe reacts, what the? Now squad leader Dirk, who is standing next to Commander Irvin, mentions, it looks like he missed. But Irvin informs, not so. That was a well-placed shot. He blocked off the entrance. There's no riding through it now. They have us all but surrounded. They plan to target our horses, block our escape routes, and slaughter us. The enemy hopes for the same thing we do. To end this conflict once and for all. It's our side or theirs now. We can't let the Titans... Excuse me. We can let the Titans crush us or bring them crashing down. It's more like it. And then we get a good old-fashioned standoff between Commander Irvin and his scouts. They're trying to reclaim Walmaria. We have the Beast Titan.
Against this monkey.
And his Pure Titan wall that he's created. And I think this is our first look of standing beside him, or I should say, on all fours beside him.
Yeah.
The Quad Titan.
Yeah.
The Cart Titan.
Cart Titan.
To be continued.
Whoo.
Wow. Now, this is where things now are about to get crazy.
Yeah.
The plan is not going so well now. Yeah. So, Hai said there's a bunch of Titans in the walls. Yes. And SB says no hesitation. I think that's what essentially.
About Levi.
Yeah. With Levi, I love it. Because we see here that let's focus on Levi real quick, because while everybody else is on standby, they're very much confused, right? We see that Levi is kind of somewhat suspicious of what's happening. Mm-hmm. Now again, Levi is also he's not aware of what's happening here, right?
He wants to be in the know.
Yeah. I said let's see the scene again, the glitch one.
That was a couple episodes ago, man.
Yeah. But
you could check it out again on YouTube or in our I think it's in our
it's over in
our poll Q&A or our poll or our Q&A highlights on Instagram.
I think it might be the Q&A because it was you guys' reaction to it or something.
Yeah, in the Q&A.
But yeah, it's one of those things where unfortunately you knew there was going to be one poor bastard that was going to find him.
I know.
Right?
And whoever does, man. At least he shot a flare, announced it, everyone knew where to at least look.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
He was just like, all right.
And then he died. He revealed himself, Rhina, right? He's looking over at Armin because you got to think that Rhina, he's even aware, like, okay, if anybody figured this out, it's Armin, you know? But then,
dude's smart.
Some very quick little thing was above him. And that was Captain Levi.
That quick little thing was a little Levi.
Like SB says, no hesitation. I mean, this guy, I think that Levi might have been
waiting.
I mean, Levi is all about action, right? Mm-hmm. And so while nothing has happened so far during their first phase here of this plan, and they're securing, one side of the wall, they just got that secured. There's no Titans to be seen. Everything seems to be fine. You got to think Levi is just chomping at the bit. He's like a caged animal,
Yeah,
and he's just like
waiting.
Oh, like this isn't what I expected. Like, where are all the enemies at, right? That he was just waiting for a moment to strike. This was his moment. And he did not hesitate, like SB says. No hesitation at all. He comes flying down from above the wall, right? Like freaking Batman, you see that green freaking cape.
He is justice.
And he goes and immediately just pierces Armin by just striking him with his blade right through the neck.
Rhina,
now,
not Armin. Rhina.
Did I say Armin?
Yeah.
My bad. That would have been bad. But Rhina, different blondie. But no, with Rhina, and I think this is something that Levi is going to really regret and really come back to haunt him a little bit, because that was the moment where you could have essentially, taken out very quickly completely. One enemy, right? I says that would have been in my story, yeah.
I says thoughts took over you for
for sure. Yeah, I was just thinking of Armin's on the brain too much. But no, and so right there is just a swift, just blade right through the neck, and then he follows it up with a blade right in the chest, and then in this scene we see Rhina, who looks like he's out for the count. His eyes look like they're rolled in the back of his head, but then all of a sudden, boom, he looks right at Levi, and then Levi just immediately just decides to go ahead and retreat because we got to think that he's aware that if he gets caught in this transformation, then that means Levi's done, right?
Yeah. He saw that he was still alive and was like, all right.
So that's what's different between Levi and Commander Irvin.
Mm-hmm.
I think Levi, who obviously didn't sacrifice his life, and I'm saying I'm happy Levi didn't do it.
Yeah.
Because then that means
was
that
smart
we
of
lose
Levi. I thought that
Captain
was
Levi. But I think in this situation, Irvin probably would have gone down with the ship there of just Rhina transforming.
Yeah, just be like, I'm gonna kill this dude.
And he would have tried to go ahead and continue to stab him or something, maybe gone for the head. Maybe he would have just barely missed it as the transformation happened. Who knows?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe he would have actually pierced him over in the head. But Levi knew, hell no, I'm out of here. Rhina goes and we see him like essentially like again just convulsing and stuff like that, like he's freaking like possessed and all that and stuff. And then finally he goes and just screams out and transforms. Now, was that the cue? Was that the signal? The moment Rhina goes out there and
The moment he
transforms?
transforms, then
Or
it's
is it
like,
the
all
mo-
right, start it.
Because it happened like pretty instantly.
Yeah,
You
like
know?
the moment he transforms, and then he transformed. All right, let's get in position.
Yeah.
And then transforms, tells all the Titans that were underground with their little straws, tells them all to transform.
Yeah, and it's a
Then
really cool
the
scene.
cart comes up. The little bit of time in between was probably just like them getting into position.
Yeah,
The cart probably ran up and then dropped off Zeke, and then Zeke transformed and did the whole thing
Yeah, and then it's crazy because
with that little Rhina barrel.
what's the quote here, right? Trying to find it where it's the moment right before they transform and Irvin himself.
Right before the Beast Titan reveals himself.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Excuse me.
it says like stay alert. Stay alert. We still need to find his ally.
Yeah. Keep your eyes open. We still need to find his allies, and that's the thing. That's exactly the moment where right behind Irvin, right, we see a transformation happening, and then it's cool. It's like
you
this
called it.
full-on domino effect, just like domino trail, and just transformation.
Almost like they're like connecting.
Yeah, and then it's cool because when you watch it and you go and you see the scene play out, right? Obviously, the Beast Titan, who's very, very imposing and who's also very, he is essentially the commander here of the other side of the coin here, of the antagonist, right? Mm-hmm. He's there with his Titans now, and they all have like the red eyes, and stuff, and they all look so menacing and stuff, And it's such a cool scene, The fact too that like essentially this is Zeke's plan. Zeke's the one to plan all this, and stuff.
Yeah.
So like for Zeke to go ahead and essentially go plan for plan with two of what we regard as humanity's brightest and best chance of survival, being Armin and Irvin. I mean,
and
we gotta
also have strongest soldier Levi.
Yeah.
And then you have the founder and attack, which I guess they're glad that he's there because that's the point of them being there.
Yeah.
And you got Mikasa who's going to protect. Like,
you're
up against like the strongest here, man.
Yeah, we understand Zeke is one of the brightest minds they have over in Marley, right? I mean, he has this Beast Titan, and stuff, and for him to go ahead and be so well prepared against these scouts and stuff, right? Who, again, we have some bright minds here. We have some strong forces, like you mentioned, with Levi and with Mikasa and stuff.
Yeah.
They have entire squads of soldiers.
Yeah.
Right. But
Isn't
Zeke's
he
like,
scared? They have Connie.
but Zeke's like, you know what? I need to have my own squad.
Yeah.
Of Titans,
Yeah.
And
Pure Titan squad.
and it's like moments like here, like I know that SB mentioned early on over in the podcast about with interviewing Ymir, right, and what her thoughts were and stuff like that. Again, it's a moment where I'm kind of thinking to myself, like, what is going through? Like, I understand that they're essentially being like brainwashed right now, right? The Titans and stuff, they're being ordered by Zeke and stuff, they're being controlled and all that. And so is it like, I wonder again, with that whole kind of mindset here, are they just kind of blank-minded right now? Or are they just kind of doing these actions against their will and stuff, like what's the feeling behind that? Because there's a lot of Titans, and to remember and keep in mind that those were once people is pretty, it's a crazy thing that a lot of us forget.
Kind of a morbid thought, but yeah, it is true.
Yeah. Real quick though, Josh says it's cool that you see the lightning strike before the thunder, like in real life. Yeah, definitely.
You see it before you hear it.
Forgot to go ahead and mention that important detail, but yes, you go ahead and you see the spark, and it's cool too. Even thinking about Rhina, the spark happens, right? Like Josh says, the lightning, right? And in that moment, essentially, like Rhina's body goes like negative. And it's cool. It's like his body goes negative, his eyes go like they shine.
Yeah, they like glow, and then the transformation
happens
very
and
bright.
stuff, and then the same thing, yes, with the transformations with
Great
Zeke and all of the other Titans, there is that lightning that happens before the thunder, and
which is a really cool design choice.
Yeah, it's awesome too. I mean, just again,
little detail
stuff, and it's incredible. But Josh says he's only here for the coordinate. And at this point, he knows that Aaron is his brother. Yeah, and Zeke
Yeah.
is very I don't want to say the phrase strong-willed is going through my mind right now, but it's not necessarily that. It's more of like just
hard-headed.
It's more hard-headed is a great one too, but the fact that like he understands they're here now. His brother is there, as Josh mentioned. He's aware that his brother is there, right?
He's got that one-track mind.
He understands that there's no going back now. You know, we're here. We need to go ahead and claim the coordinate, and then let's go and leave. And as Josh even says here, he doesn't give a fuck about Annie, or Rhino, or Bertold. And I agree with that.
I'm there for Aaron. They are just here to help, I guess.
Exactly. Like essentially here in this moment, Zeke is using Rhino and Bertold as just a weapon, as a tool, right, to go ahead and really just shake up things and make things easier for Zeke to go ahead and essentially get the coordinate. And again, Zeke right here, man, he's just very, very focused on what is the task at hand, and that is to take the coordinate back over to Marley.
Yep. Take back the founder.
I think that it's such a cool scene here, seeing both sides here of, you know, the Beast Titan and his pure Titans and Commander Irvin and his scouts. Now, let's talk about Zeke throwing that boulder, right? Now, spoiler, going into Irvin's history here, right? So his origins here, right? He had a mentor, somebody who was like a father figure. We understand Zeke ratted out his father, right, for being essentially enemies to Marley, and so they were taken out of the picture, out of the equation. That's something we're going to focus on over in season 4. But then Zeke now had the doctor. I can't remember his name per se, but he was the Beast Titan. And just to kind of go to show with how strong the Beast Titan is, right? Or lack thereof. Because if I remember correctly, now the Doctor as the Beast Titan wasn't even involved with missions.
Yeah, he didn't see.
He was only used.
The Doctor himself was like, "I'm not."
Is that what it is? SB says Doctor. Does it Saver?
Yeah, it's Saver. Yeah,
Saver. Yeah. Well, SB, thank you so much.
Thank you, SB. So smart.
So Doctor Saver, if I remember correctly, he wasn't ever a part of the missions. I think that he would go back and he would essentially be the Armin role, the strategy guy, right? The stuff, you know, to go ahead and plan and stuff and all that. Which I think is interesting because, you know, Armin currently is the Colossal, you know, but he never is in that form. He only uses his mind. Yeah. You know, which is, again, it's like on the flip side, and I'll get to my point here, guys. It's just like Dr. Saver wasn't in these missions as the Beast Titan, yet we have Zeke as the Beast Titan leading the charge, right? Now to the flip side of that, we have, you know, just Armin as the Colossal, right? He's kind of off to the side. He doesn't want to go ahead and do violence. He wants to find a way to go ahead and make peace and save lives. Whereas you have now Birdie, right? Bertold. Yeah. Like in this point, you know, we understand he had his reservations. We understand, you know, he had his flaws as a soldier, right? They're still very, very young, you know. But now at this point, he understands. I'm not going to go ahead and get baited into emotions anymore. Yeah. I'm going to go ahead and wreck shit right now. You know? Yeah. If you want to, I think later on he even tells him, like, if you want to stop this, you're going to have to kill me. You know? Yeah. And I think he even wants Armin to do it. Right? Yeah. But
I dare you.
Yeah, so I think it's just very interesting how it's like users of these Titan, you know, abilities, you know, or the qualities aren't always the same. Yeah. Right? It's like you have somebody...
Like their roles are always something a little different.
Like you always have somebody, for example, like for me, like if I was a Beast Titan, right? Like...
You're dolphin.
You know? Yeah, I would be this dolphin, and who knows? I probably wouldn't be... Obviously, I wouldn't be used over in, you know, land missions, you know?
Dolphin powers, man.
I would just go ahead and be out in the sea and just trying to go ahead and... you know, we're just going to go ahead and call back to that. And it makes sense, but yeah, I wouldn't be used out there. You know, there's no point. Right? And
to be used for reconnaissance and for planning.
That's just what it is, you know? But I think it's interesting. Like you have these Titan users, right? They're just like, they're not always going to be the same. They're not always going to be Titan. The same, the strength and all that. They're
the Beast Titan, they're all really different. They're how they... Like I mean, all their animals are different.
I mean, Jaw Titan, even thinking about the Jaw Titan, right? I mean, it just comes down to strength and all that and stuff, and just kind of theorizing. We already talked about with Ymir
why her Jaw Titan, different jaws already.
Why her Jaw Titan didn't look so different from her pure Titan form, right? Yeah. And I think too, what it is just like let's not. I mean, we forget that, like, the Marcel and Galliards, the Galliards brother, right?
Yeah,
you
the
got
Galliard
Marcel
brother.
and you got
And Porco.
and Porco. Like, they went through substantial training. They like literally trained as a young age. Like, Ymir never went through that training.
Yeah.
Maybe that could also get involved with your transformation. You know.
Yeah.
If you go ahead and you put the training and stuff like that, maybe if you were, have the abilities and the strength and all that stuff, then maybe your
You also do
Titan
somewhat
form.
absorbed your previous user.
Yeah. You know.
Like what Irepen says here. He absorbed Saber's memories and knowledge, research of the Titan when he ate him. That's why Zeke is so smart.
Yeah, that's a great.
I believe
point,
it.
too.
Yeah.
And in a way, too, that makes me think about with.
It's so easy, man. Just know everything.
That makes me think about with
Eat 'em.
Udi. Where Udi essentially was like, look, like, I'm gonna go ahead and explain to Kenny that this is what's gonna happen and this and that, but like, don't worry, like, while I am gone, I will still be essentially in, Frida.
My words will come out of Frida's mouth.
Yeah, and
It'll be the same thought process.
it's very, very interesting
Different
for sure,
person.
and that's a great point too, Josh, to make right there with Zeke and his knowledge and stuff, and why he's able to go and come up with these strategies against the scouts is he has Dr. Saver's knowledge, and yeah, that's a very, very great point, yeah, again, I just think that's so cool with the idea of the Titan users, right? And whatever Titan you get, you're not always going to be the same badass Titan form, Like, again, for the sake of argument here, if I go ahead and I just happen to stumble upon, the Jaw Titan, like, I'm not going to go ahead and be a badass freaking line main looking Titan, like freaking, Marcel and Porco, I'm probably just going to be.
If I were to fight the Jaw, would I want either Porco's or Ymir's to fight against? I would want to fight against Ymir's.
Yeah.
Porco's looks a little scary.
And then again,
But
too,
Ymir's looks scary for a different reason. Looks ugly scary.
Ymir's Titan too. I mean, she also got, she was on the brink of death from a herd of pure Titans.
Yeah.
I think that Porco obviously would have gone and freaking shredded up all those different pure Titans, So again, it's all about the different strengths and all
But
that. which I think
also
is
he was trained and she was not.
Exactly.
So
Yeah, so that's
it
kinda like
comes down
what
to
I
a
was
difference
mentioning.
of training sometimes.
Yeah, and then so Heisa says Giraffe Titan. Interesting. Giraffe.
that
is
you
that
would-
is
that
that
you
your
would be a
spirit
giraffe
animal?
Titan?
Is that your spirit animal, Heisa? Are you a giraffe? It's very, very interesting. Heisa says Aaron's Attack Titan carries the series on Titan design.
Well, yeah, because he's designed. It's just because he's the most appealing to
Yeah.
look at. Because isn't he designed after? He's designed after like a real.
He's designed after a real fighter, a real MMA fighter, and I believe it is something Okami,
Yeah,
Yushin Okami. I want to say.
yeah. That sounds right.
Yeah, Yushin Okami. Which,
I'm gonna say you're right.
Yeah, so Yushin Okami. Don't know if he's still fighting. I know he's obviously up there in age, but he was a MMA fighter. I believe he's fought over in the UFC for a long time, and Yushin Okami, I believe, was based on the design for Aaron's Attack Titan.
Yeah, and fighting style too, or no? Fighting style was based on something else, wasn't it?
I don't know
That's
necessarily
like a grappler?
fighting style, but could be. I don't know. Yeah, Josh says, I like this design that's going to be in the next episode. It's a Warhammer Titan. Interesting.
Ooh, so I mean, we know that Aaron is using his Warhammer abilities currently in the series. Like he's like making like a beast, like a little beast, and then he's got those little things. But I'm excited to see what goes on in gosh, in 3 weeks. It comes out in 3 weeks.
Yeah.
That is crazy.
Last, so talk about kind of what we're going to be focusing on next episode. The episode title actually is Thunder Spears.
Ooh.
So we're going to get into the Thunder Spears.
Yeah, B-side
I said
puppet.
B-side
basically
puppet,
what he's
yeah,
got,
definitely. Prepare to Cry, interesting. Now,
Mm.
I don't know how you feel about this, Lex, but how would you feel about doing, having us live watching it? Finding
Yeah.
time, we would go ahead and
If we-
let you guys know. And then while we would not be able to go ahead and show it on screen,
Yeah, we wouldn't be able to show it, and we wouldn't be able to have the audio too loud.
it would essentially go ahead and be this. Like, maybe we'll have the same setup here, you guys will be able to go ahead and have us watch us experiencing certain
live
things.
reaction.
And Josh said I'd sync it with you guys. It'd be cool.
Yeah, we all watch it together.
Yeah, if we go ahead and watch it together, that'd
just
be great.
on your own stuff because we wouldn't be able to stream it.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Yeah. I mean, that'd be great. I'll be Josh. That'd be cool. Yeah. I think that's a great idea. I think we can go ahead and probably plan for that, because I think that'd be something that'd be a lot of fun for us to go ahead and watch it all, and then be able to go ahead and react and talk about it after the fact.
Yeah.
And we'll be like, what the fuck did we just witness, guys, or whatever.
Yeah.
Or be like, what the hell just happened, I think that'd be great.
Cool.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
That'd be really cool
to
have Nate upload it to YouTube too.
Yeah, that'd be cool. I'll go and talk with Nate and make sure that it's something that we can definitely do. I know that people obviously do that and stuff.
I think that's cool.
But yeah, that's a great idea for us to go ahead and do, to go ahead and see how this whole thing's going to go ahead and play out. So you guys can go ahead and see our reactions live and stuff like that. Because that's something where you guys haven't really seen from us, is really watch and react live.
Yeah.
Obviously we're talking about stuff that we've already covered, and stuff that we have already experienced and all that. And then there's times where we talk about it and stuff that I've already experienced, and you see me getting emotional and stuff just talking about something I've already seen. So I can only imagine what you guys are going to see from me.
I'm going to shed a tear maybe.
Yeah.
Or maybe I'm just going to be so mad that it's done that I'm just going to walk out.
Yeah. I think it would work out a lot, because we can go ahead and have this set up. We'll try to get Zach's ass here, so that freaking Zach can go ahead and watch us. So that the other camera that we have here, where it's currently Caesar's art,
can be Zach's face.
That'll be Zach, and we're all just gonna be watching it and stuff, and we'll be going and we'll play it out. We probably won't be paying attention to chat as the episode's going on. So if you guys go in,
we got some other reading to do. We got some subtitle.
We'll be focusing on it, but I think you guys will be focusing on the episode as well. And then once the episode is done, then I think that we can go ahead and just chat it up and just gather our thoughts together and have a picture of Zach. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Heise mentioned to get a picture of Zach. Go ahead.
We need him here.
Yeah, we want Zach here. But I think that'd be fun. We would go through the emotions together, and again, like Josh says, depending on the ending, right? You're gonna like it if you're Jaegers or not, right?
Yeah.
And so some of us may be happy, some of us may be sad. Obviously no spoilers and all that. Don't mention anything now, because we obviously want to go ahead and get into it fresh-minded.
I don't want to know anything.
Box on standby. Yeah, for sure. I think that's a great idea. I think we should go ahead and plan for that accordingly.
Yeah.
One thing I did want to go ahead and plan, of course, I know I mentioned it, but Halloween's going to be coming up. Go ahead and check the date for sure of when we'll be streaming. So it's a Tuesday, which means the 29th is the Sunday that we will be streaming before Halloween. And I know I already gave you a heads up, Lex, that we're going to be dressing up. So
you guys better be dressed up.
So me and Lexi will be dressed up. Again, we need to have Zach here. Zach's very much part of this podcast, and so hopefully we're all here dressed up, and we get to go ahead and show you guys and all that. And I mean, again, I've talked about it, where we'd love to go ahead and see what you guys dress up as, or if you guys just want to even tell us, if you guys are watching it dressed up, what you guys are dressed up as, or what you guys are going to be for Halloween. All fun stuff there, guys.
Cool.
But let's go ahead and let's see what else we need to cover real quick over in this breakdown before we go ahead and wrap this episode up. We talked about Levi acting fast. We talked about the transformations here and stuff. Oh, we need to talk about the boulder.
Where he throws the boulder, yeah.
So the boulder, right? So again, being very perceptive, Dirk.
I know.
Squad leader Dirk's like, hey, guys, he missed. That's good, right?
No, dude.
Levi is like, no. I mean, Irvin's like, look down.
Yeah, he actually has perfect aim. Look, he blocked off our exit.
Yeah, definitely. Perfect shot put for sure.
Yeah.
And I says Toonami, right? We'll have to figure out all the details behind all that. And even then,
might be on Toonami, but we would probably, because they also release it on Crunchyroll and on Fandomion.
Yeah, so we'll go ahead and we'll probably have it queued up, guys, and we'll let you guys know when we are officially be starting it.
We'll let you guys know. We still have 3 weeks.
Yeah, so that we can go ahead and make sure we're kind of all aligned and in sync of when we're watching it, so we can go ahead and press play together.
Because it's on a Saturday, November 4th.
Okay, cool.
Which is...
Is that a concert?
It's the concert.
Oh, interesting.
Well.
Interesting. So.
Maybe we'll have to do that on Sunday, and please. We'll discuss it.
It'll have to be over on Sunday then, unless we have a very late stream, and then it'll be even later for our friends. No, I think we should probably do it on Sunday then, which means that I hope that you guys go ahead and wait. And if you guys don't want to wait for us, that's fine. We totally understand. But even then when it gets released, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, dub is usually a few months after, so we're for sure gonna go and watch a sub. That's what we've done with all the new episodes. We watch a sub for sure because we can't. There's no reason for us to go ahead and wait that long.
We're not. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean we need to go ahead and talk about it.
I'll just watch it another time, but I need to see what's going on.
Yeah, and so usually when it gets released, right?
A lot of
like
it
you said,
is
it's all released.
Japan
it's
time.
released all available over on, like you said, Crunchyroll and Funimation.
Yeah, it's usually
right?
Crunchyroll, Funimation, but it's on Japan time.
Uh-huh.
So they are ahead of us, aren't they?
I think so.
My geography.
I want to say
geography. I can't. I should stop talking.
Josh says that he's going to go ahead and watch it a second time, right? He's going to go ahead and rewatch it with us. Yeah, very cool. And at that point too, that's going to be interesting, Josh, because then you're going to
spoilers.
You're going to go ahead and be able to you'll see
the
moments
ahead
how they unfold, which means when you watch it with us, you're essentially going to be watching our reactions to see how we're going to react to something that you've already witnessed.
Yeah.
So that's a cool thing for sure. Josh says SB says that's going to be your plan too. So you guys are going to be able to go ahead and watch and then see us react.
And then be like, all right.
That's cool. I like that idea too. I like that you guys are going to go ahead and know.
That's how I would do it too.
And be able to go ahead and watch us react.
So Japan is 13 hours ahead of us.
Interesting. Okay, releases.
Okay, yeah, they usually release it in Japan time.
Interesting. Sorry, 13 hours in Japan. All right, very cool.
We'll see.
So
we'll discuss it with you guys.
We'll get it all figured out, guys. For sure. And then I think that'll be a fun thing to go ahead and do. But let's talk about again the Beast Titan with the boulder and stuff. And so Dirk thinks that he missed, and Irvin tells him like, "Look, man, that was a coordinated attack, like well placed shot." And
that man knew what he was doing.
And essentially, what Zeke did was he blocked off the entrance, right? That entrance is for the horses and all that. Now, the horses, I mean, I don't really necessarily know what much involvement was going to go and take place with that entrance and the horses, because it's not like they were going to be able to ride away.
Yeah.
Or really ride inside.
I mean, I don't know.
I think it's just to be able to have access to the horses, you know?
Yeah. But I guess it's so that they don't have, like, they can't just, like run away and escape.
It's just so the horses can go inside the walls.
Yeah. So they can't, I mean, they still have ODM gear, but still.
Yeah. And I think, too, it's just a message, right? Yeah. That the moment that Zeke does this,
I can aim.
It's like, not even just that, it's like Irvin says here, like, the enemies have the same thought process. Like, things are going to finally end here once and for all. We understand they don't. Things do not end there once and for all. Yeah. But by Zeke throwing that boulder, blocking off that entrance so that the horses cannot go in, right, inside the walls, that, how I'm interpreting is like Zeke saying, like, look, this is it.
Yeah.
Right? Like,
things
are going to go ahead and we're going to finish things here. Right? All the culmination of all this stuff, all the hiding he's done, we're finally here, and this is going to be the final stage here of what's going to happen. And yeah, all we are is just another brick in the wall.
Nice Pink Floyd reference.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah. Yeah, Josh says the horses are the most important thing because that's how they get home. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, so I think that's exactly what I was trying to go and say, is that like Zeke is essentially saying that,
they can't escape.
You guys are not leaving.
It's happening right here, right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, either we die here or we don't, basically. Yeah.
Yep. And again, just the confidence that Zeke has. The confidence that he has, and just kind of like pretty much letting him know, like, this is going to be the end of it for you guys.
Yeah. It's go big or go home, but you can't go home, so you better go big.
There's no way you guys are making it back home. And not that he would even allow them to go back home anyways, you know, even if they had access to the horses, which is kind of like what I was mentioning. Like, okay, the horses, I understand, are a big part of making it back home, but it's not like Zeke was going to let them go home anyways.
Yeah. Not really allowed.
But Josh says that they aren't really afraid because they came here knowing that this will be the final battle. Yeah, I definitely agree, which is probably why.
I think Irvin definitely came in. Maybe not Dirk, but I think Irvin thought that.
I think that
Dirk's a little...
After eating the steaks and stuff and getting the praise from the citizens, I think they were very much excited to go, like, all right, cool, hey, let's get this over with, and we'll come back home.
It's like to the death.
Like you said, Irvin knew that this was going to be the final battle here, which is why Levi was so adamant in pleading to Irvin not to go.
Yeah.
You know?
Like, man, we need you to stay alive. You're humanity's greatest weapon, or so we thought until we saw the vote. But
and part of it too is just like, okay, if things end badly here for the scouts, who really left inside the walls is there to be capable enough to plan, you know, against.
Because Armin at this point, his character is not developed enough.
No, and even then, if Armin even was, I mean, he's still there at the walls with. I mean, he's still there in so that
he
situation
would still,
with the scouts.
Yeah.
And
vulnerable.
Like, who else? Who would be the next person to go ahead and plan? I mean, I would hate for them to go ahead and very much rely on the Queen Historia, and maybe like Josh's point, they would kill everybody except Eren. I think that in that moment there, everybody would die, right? And I think that with my concern of them going back to finish the job over to the scouts, I think that, as I mentioned earlier, Zeke's focus is solely on Eren, and the same thing that Josh touched on, where it's like, the coordinate is all that's important to Zeke. And I think that had they destroyed and killed everybody except for Eren, that I don't think Zeke would have paid any mind to anybody else over in that island. I think that he would just be like, all right, look, we have the coordinate. You know, we have Ymir, who is going to go ahead and be fed to freaking Porco. Yeah. We won. Let's go back to Marley.
Yeah, cool. We have another Titan on our roster.
And it's just one of those things where I was thinking like they were going to go ahead and massacre all of the people there, you know, over in Island of Parody. But I guess as I was thinking out loud with you guys, Zeke has what he wants. And he might just be like, look, Rhina and Bertolt, if they're still alive, you guys can go ahead and do your business here over in this island, but I'm going to go back home. And I think that they would go back home too, because that's what Zeke wanted to do in the first place.
Yeah, they'd be like, oh yeah, that's the plan.
Unless they decide we're going to go and they would go back for Annie. That's what they would do.
Oh, yeah.
They would go back for Annie, yeah. Interesting here. Josh says, I kind of think that Zeke will try and kill the other warriors too after the fight's done. So it's just like Zeke and... So it's just Zeke and Eren, because Rhina just sees Eren as an enemy. Interesting. Okay. So we're talking about some betrayal here, which is why Zeke, Josh says, but I don't know if Zeke would betray Marley that early. Yeah.
I don't know.
But at the same time, though, Zeke can go ahead and like betray them, kill them, and then go back to Marley and say they were just casualties of war.
Yeah. You know? It's easy to just be like, hey, now's the perfect opportunity. They died trying.
Now, how he explains to them that what happened to their Titan abilities, right?
Yeah, being like, oh, they're just in someone random now, or if he would take them. Or,
yeah, like I don't know how you would go ahead and take them. You know, unless he literally is traveling with them, like what they do with their limbs and stuff, you know, and all that.
Like, would he kill? He would kill Peak.
But he can't do that because then Zeke. Then Rhina would talk and be like, look, like Zeke did this. Zeke's the one who's trying to kill us. There's so much, you know, that would have to be done. And
then is the Beast alone going to take on 3 Titans at once? Well, technically 4 because Eren.
Well, I don't know.
Because there's Colossal. There's Colossal Armored and then the cart.
Yeah.
So like all that betrayal.
Yeah.
I don't know. It doesn't seem smart, and Zeke's a smart guy. So Josh says, I don't know if Zeke would sacrifice not having the Colossal and Armored in his inventory, because he can turn someone into a Titan and make him eat Rhina.
True.
Yeah.
Yeah.
True that.
So this is how I think it would happen again. This is purely hypothetical of the scouts losing and Zeke and his Titans winning and everybody dying except for Eren. I think Zeke has had enough. He's seen what he wants. He has what he wants. He has Eren. He's out. He probably gives Rhina, because Rhina and Bertolt are probably going to make up their case to go ahead and say, look, Annie's still inside the walls. We need to go ahead and get her. And once we get her, we'll go back. Zeke's probably going to give him a time limit. Like, you have till morning. And then that's going to be their final mission. Interesting, Josh. Does Zeke let Eren see the basement? I don't think Zeke can care less about that basement.
Yeah, I think Zeke is just like... I don't think Zeke wants to write the story like Eren does.
What would be interesting, though, is if Zeke was like, all right, fine. We'll see what's inside, you know, exactly his father's basement, right? Now, how much of a mindfuck would it be for Zeke if inside of that drawer he sees that family photo?
Yeah, just like,
all of a sudden he's like, wait, why does he have this?
Yeah.
Why?
Why did he keep it?
He didn't care about me. Why? You know? Exactly. Yeah, that would be crazy. That'd be a plot twist for sure to go ahead and see Zeke react, because we know how Zeke's react to when he goes through the memory in the path, and we see Grisha moments after he goes and he claims the founding Titan, and that he sees Zeke after all these years, right? And he's crying to him. He's in his arms. How Zeke reacted to that? Zeke was at a loss. He was very, very confused by the emotions that his father, who obviously was a very strict father, who wasn't very much a father, more of just like this.
Kept food on the table and roof over your head.
This drill sergeant or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hi, says AJ, remember what I sent and how Aaron helped me to keep moving forward? Yeah, definitely. I think that was an awesome post for sure. And any sort of motivations we could find, man, it's just, that's all we're looking for, man, is just in his life to go ahead and just kind of keep moving forward in a very positive and productive way. Do not go out there and try to do anything crazy as, a Jaegerist, as a self-proclaimed Jaegerist. But I hope that you are moving forward with your life in a very positive and productive way. And if that is the case, man, then I'm so proud of you, and keep doing that, man, and keep finding again, whatever sort of resources that we can find to go ahead and move forward. And I love that that resource is Attack on Titan, and obviously Attack on Titan has impacted my life, has impacted your life as well, Lex, because that's what we're doing here. We're here.
Yeah.
And yeah, just awesome, man. Happy to hear it. Josh says Zeke would probably manipulate the story outside the walls so that his ideals align with his, like, the whole world sucks, we gotta castrate everyone.
Yeah, the whole.
Yeah, he's gonna go and try to manipulate him for sure.
Euthanization of.
But the thing though is that like Aaron does have essentially the memories, and let's not forget that whenever Aaron touches Zeke, Aaron is going to go ahead and have that coordinate ability. Yeah. Right? He's going to go ahead and kind of have more of that clarity.
He's going to see his memories too.
I think that he definitely could.
It's definitely there's opportunity for him.
Yeah, but again, Zeke's smart, so I don't think that he would even give Aaron the opportunity. He would probably leave, again, if the Cart Titan is still alive, Aaron stuck over with the Cart Titan.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's a lot of cool different scenarios of what hypotheticals that we can come up with. But I like that idea of like Zeke really being confused by seeing that photo of his family.
Yeah.
Grisha's family.
He didn't care about why does he still have this?
Yeah. And that might be something that if Zeke decides to take with him, that he would go ahead and maybe look at later on. And that could be something that really kind of sways the power scale a little bit of where his mind is, from being like completely one way to now all of a sudden maybe he did care a little bit. So you never know. Yeah. It could go ahead and really mess with his ethics, his ideals.
Yeah.
It's so interesting to go ahead and just, come up with these different realities, come up with these different scenarios and hypotheticals, and
but it's so easy with Attack on Titan because you move one little thing, you move a rock, and then you change like a whole whole freaking story, a whole storyline.
And also too the fact that like this is something that obviously Aaron is noticing for the first time, so Aaron's gonna have questions as far as like who's that family, and then to see what Zeke would even say in response and all that, he probably wouldn't tell Aaron anything. He would just be like that's his old family or something. Who knows? Well, you can't go ahead and say that's his old family because he has already exposed himself by saying that, our father or whatever.
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
How soon he would reveal it is another question.
Yeah. Interesting. Josh says that Zeke looking at Aaron messes with him because he always talks about his dad when he sees his face. You look nothing like him. And then in season 4, you're starting to look just like father.
Well, because in season 4, he's starting to look just as dead as...
Yeah, definitely, as Grisha did.
That little dead, glazed look that Grisha had.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
Right now, he doesn't have that look, but just give it a few more episodes, and it'll come in.
Now...
And the long hair.
What does Zeke have of Grisha? Appearance-wise. Yeah, obviously is his biological father.
Maybe the length of his face. They both have long faces.
They both have the structure.
Dinah's face is not that long.
Structure.
It's more wide, to fit that big smile.
Yeah. Obviously, with his mother, he got the blonde, and stuff. And I would even think the eyes and stuff too, as well, right?
Yeah, they've got the same beard, man. same beard as his mother.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah. So I mean,
Yeah,
in terms of
got
what he
the
got from his
eyes.
father, the goblin ears, and
Yeah, the goblin ears and the Titan.
Yeah.
Yeah, they both have those goblin ears.
yeah, definitely.
What if your Titan also like gets your like genetics from like
It's all like
what if
hereditary
like
and stuff.
what if like if you had a family member that was also a Titan, like those Titan genetics also like somewhat
Get passed down.
look like each other. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Like
I mean,
he got his pointed ears from his father.
like
As a Titan.
we
though.
understand with Titans that like biologically a lot of stuff doesn't make sense, you know.
Yeah, we don't know anything
But
biologically.
I do like the
Starting to sound
idea.
like Bungie.
I do like the idea though of like if you pass the Titan down through family, which is obviously what the Rice family do, right? That there is gonna be, you know, resemblance there or certain, you know, qualities from
Yeah.
you know, genetics and all that and stuff. And,
Yeah.
And
The goblin ears.
and yeah, so with the Jaegers, it would just be the goblin ears.
Yeah, they have the because Aaron has them too.
Yeah. Grisha's Titan was hairy. Yeah.
Yeah, true.
So it was the ape Titan.
Yeah, I mean the monkey kind of has to be hairy, but yeah, you're right. Grisha's Titan was pretty freaking hairy.
Yeah, yeah, he had like I'm kind of having that the Grisha Attack Titan look to me right now.
Yeah,
the freaking
starting to look like
beard
that.
and then
Yeah.
you know with that.
Let-
The
There's a
longer
reason he
hair.
covers his ears, guys.
Yeah.
It's because he's got them goblin ears.
You know, just gotta
They're
do
pointed.
it. Just gotta do it.
Because then you guys will know. You guys will know he's a Jaeger.
If I can only be so lucky.
Is that luck?
Or is that just trauma?
No, is that luck?
I know. On my way. Very,
But we're
very
getting
cool,
up to
guys.
some really exciting episodes, guys.
Yeah.
Stick around.
So we do get a little look of our, you know, newly appointed Scout Marlowe,
Mm-hmm.
who has been, of course, he's over outside the walls with the horses. We understand over there with his time eating steaks with the OG Scouts, the Levi squad, that he very much wants to be part of the battle, but he's not ready for it. And we all agree that he's not. He has great intentions. He wants to go and make a difference, but sorry, Marlo, you're not ready yet, man. So he's there attending to the horses, and even he is kind of confused, like, what the hell was that?
Yeah.
Right?
What are we doing?
But here we go, as Irvin says, we can let the Titans crush us, as we have freaking Edward music playing in the
I know,
background.
like Cats
You know
on
what?
Mars.
We'll have Edward music playing in the background from Cowboy Bebop. But as Irvin said, we can let the Titans crush us, or we can bring them crashing down. Beautiful, guys. Another episode that we got for you guys. That is the end
Thank you guys for
of
joining.
season 3, episode 13. Finally, that is a 4-parter there. A lot
Yeah.
to go ahead and talk about. A lot to go ahead and really split and focus on in the different parts
We
here.
could still
because
go on for hours and hours.
yeah.
What is wrong?
I mean, the thing that's crazy is that like, if we split this in half, whatever, like those episodes essentially would have been like 4 to 5 hours,
yeah,
maybe even a little bit more.
That's
And that could be a little bit too much on Nate's plate,
Yeah.
for sure.
gosh, we have so much to talk about. We are so annoying. Why do you guys listen to us?
But yeah, guys. So we'll focus on, like I said, next week will be episode 14, which is Thunder Spears. We'll go ahead and we'll finally cover the Thunder Spears, something that we've talked about very briefly. Yes, hate, love that love. And you know, I would be what's the word I'm thinking of, but remiss maybe, or I would be it'd be shameful of me to ignore what's happening in the world. We understand that there's a lot happening over in the world, a lot of chaos, a lot of death, a lot of murder.
Yeah, there's a lot of violence going
you know,
on.
when I go ahead and talk about just us and trying to spread that love and positivity, guys, and how we live in a world of just craziness and hate, like everything just has the edge. The music's still playing.
I know. Now
but,
it's, yeah.
You know, I don't want to go ahead and change the energy that we have here, because my point is just like, we understand what's happening in this crazy world that we live in. Just for us and our part and where we somehow fit in this crazy puzzle of life, just try to be a beacon of life, a beacon of joy, and just love one another, you know?
Yeah.
That's all I can go ahead and essentially say. Now, it's all easier said than done, right? But yeah, I just didn't want to go ahead and kind of ignore what's happening. And I know we've talked about even Erin over in past episodes, and look at where Erin, she herself is just this beacon of light. And we understand the battle that she's going through, but when you go ahead and you meet her in person, you see her that she is this bright star of just like positivity. And yeah, we need to also be those beacons of just positivity. So just my little piece there, guys. I want to get that out of the way because I know that it happens usually at the end of the episode. But yeah, so we cannot wait to hear your dating pickup line at the end, Lex.
Yeah.
And thank you guys so much again for all the praise and love here for this stream. And then I know that you guys are saying W stream and all that great stream, but really it's all because of you guys.
Because of you.
You know, you guys make this so much of a enjoyable experience, and yeah, I mean, I'm so happy that you guys were able to be here. And speaking of being here, Eddie, what is up, dude?
Hello, Eddie. Dang,
dude,
we're
huge
closing
shout out
out
to
right
you.
now, but hello.
Huge shout out to you, Eddie, man. Please, before we leave, I want to know, man, how have you been? I hope that you're doing well, my friend. I'm sure that you've probably been busy. Yeah, man, we miss you very much, and I'm just happy that you're here. And being able to join us in any capacity, whether it be, you know, towards the end of it or whatever capacity, man. Just I'm happy that you're here, and I hope that you're doing well, man. Yeah, Josh says that life is cruel, but we can all do our part, bring some light to other people's lives. Definitely, you know.
Life is cruel, but it's also beautiful.
Yes. I just says, okay, I might be a Jaegerist, but I'm on the star side. Beautiful. Yeah, and I know that none of you guys are, you know, just the love that we feel from you guys here whenever we stream live. We know that you guys are just awesome people, man, and just so, again, I'm just so thankful for you guys and all the support you give us. So in closing, guys, I do want to go ahead and mention, as we always do, that as I said, I'm so thankful for you guys to join us live. You guys know that we stream live on Twitch every single Sunday, and if the time or if the day changes, you guys can go ahead and get all of your updates over on Instagram. I'm sure you guys already do all follow us, but for anybody that doesn't follow us, please follow us over at Attack to Talk Podcast on Instagram, where you guys can get all of your updates, as I mentioned. And also there is an awesome thing there available in our bio, which is a link tree. And in that link tree, it has all the different platforms that we are available on, as well as some other cool links, like some merch, and also with Erin, and that is her. What is that link again? It's not like a GoFundMe thing, is it?
Yeah, it's a GoFundMe.
It is a GoFundMe. Okay, I don't know if it was exactly a GoFundMe thing, but also a link to Erin's GoFundMe. Yeah, again, you guys are all so awesome, man. I know you guys have already spread all that love and stuff over to Erin, so let's continue doing it, man.
Little words of kindness in her TikTok.
Yeah, it's all just it's awesome to see, man. I love you guys so much. But yeah, so we had that link tree, guys, for all the different platforms and stuff, and yeah, that's all available there. Huge shout out again to Nate. Make sure you guys go and support Nate at NatePlaysBad. He's available there on all the different platforms as well. I believe Nate Plays Bad over on YouTube, Nate Plays Bad over on Twitter, Nate Plays Bad over on Twitch, of course. Go check it out, guys. I don't know if he has a TikTok as well, but he might be available on Nate Plays Bad on TikTok.
Perhaps.
But he also has another YouTube account, almost canceled, I believe.
Already canceled.
Already canceled. Yeah, already canceled.
Check that out.
Just go ahead and support Nate, guys. Nate does so much for us.
Good for us.
Yeah. Yeah, guys. Again, with Erin and the link for GoFundMe, guys. If you guys want to go ahead and donate, if you guys haven't already, just anything would help. And if you guys have donated, then just thank you so much. That's all I can say on that part. Now let's go ahead and let's talk about some merch. Interesting. Eddie says, the way you guys have been able to build a community based off an anime with this podcast is not an easy accomplishment, but you guys have successfully done. And I actually have been working on Sundays, but I plan on getting me some small headphones to tune in on Sundays when I work. Okay. But I've definitely missed you guys, and I do plan on catching up this week on the last few episodes. Yeah, that's awesome, man. I'm happy to hear.
Thank you for your kind words, Eddie. Man, that's so sweet.
Yeah, definitely, man. And this whole community and stuff like that is not something that we built. It's something that, when I mean we, I mean me and Lexi. Yeah, I mean, it's something that...
It's not something that we were like...
We built as in together, and stuff. It's really all just like a collective group that we have here, guys, that we're just all helping each other. And you know, we're just so thankful that you guys are here and you guys have helped us grow and stuff.
We're so blessed
and
to have you guys.
And of course, you guys know that we want to continue to grow.
May not be easy, but you guys make it all worth it.
Yeah.
Also, your
Thank you
beard
so
is
much.
looking
Thank you so much
gorgeous.
for that. Yeah.
Or glorious.
Yeah.
Glorious and gorgeous.
Probably both.
Yeah, maybe.
Very, very cool. Let me
Looking
go ahead
very
and find a good
Grisha
song. Let me
Titan-esque.
Go ahead and see. I got my I got a little bit of that Jaeger. I got the beard going a little bit.
Yeah. He's got the beard.
Do we think Aaron can grow himself a nice beard, or is he stuck kind of just growing the little whiskers?
No, I don't know. Maybe it's just not his thing. Somehow, with conquering the world, he still finds time to shave. It's crazy.
Yeah, definitely. Now shaving's got to be a pain in the ass over there because they don't have like
They have like a
they use their
like an
blade.
actual blade.
They
like
use their
razor
blade.
Yeah, they use their own blade.
Yeah.
That's how you check if it's sharp enough. You shave a little bit.
Last thing I did want to go ahead and mention with Eddie is that like Eddie, I know that you're always busy, man. You know, and I'm happy that you're doing busy. I'm happy that you've been working and stuff. You know, as I mentioned to some of our friends, like it's cool, man, that we're all just being very, very productive in life and stuff. You know, we're all finding things that we enjoy to do and stuff. And I know that you also had your aspirations and all that, Eddie, with all the different forms of art that you do. And I hope that you continue to do that. I hope you continue to find the time to go ahead and do that awesome art, man, because you're very, very creative. You can find Eddie over on YouTube over at his name, Eddie Hinston.
Yeah.
You can also find his art that he has available over on his Instagram at ArtDewan. Yeah, I mean, Eddie is just an awesome dude, man. Again, one of the OGs that we have, and we're so thankful for you, Eddie. And yeah, man, just with everything that you're doing in life right now, just obviously from us here at Attack to Talk, man, we're all just wishing you all nothing but the best, man. All of the support, because you've given us so much support. And at the same time, yeah, man, get those headphones.
Yeah.
Headphones so you can go ahead.
Also, we miss you.
Yeah, we miss you a lot, man. And I'm happy that you're here. Definitely agree that we have to spread that positivity for sure. So continuing on, guys, let's talk about some merch. So also in the link tree, of course, you guys know, we have a link for Fandomion. And you guys know that promo code. That promo code is Lex. Now, again, guys, holidays around the corner.
Oh my gosh, it's gonna be before you know it, man.
I recommend it if you guys are looking to purchase over off of Fandomion, then you guys get ahead of the game, because there can be times where you guys go ahead and wait for your stuff to show up. So, just to get ahead of the game a little bit, go ahead and do some browsing and stuff, at least even if you guys don't want to go ahead and buy anything right now, you guys don't have the funds for or whatever. And for myself too, sometimes I'm kind of like, oh man, holidays around the corner, and stuff like that. I understand I have to go ahead and probably blah, 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 all this. Everything's so damn expensive. Yeah. But even if you just go on Fandomion and kind of just, add some stuff to your cart so you guys can know maybe later on.
Not a little harm. No harm in that. So
that way, whenever you guys are ready, you already have it there on your cart. You guys can go ahead and now just make the purchase, and you guys, boom, you're good to go. And don't forget, when you use that, when you guys getting ready to go ahead and do that purchase, use that promo code. That way you can go ahead and save
10% off,
10% off. Yeah, for sure.
Why wouldn't you want a discount?
So that is promo code Lex, guys. As I mentioned with art, guys, I mean, you guys, we have so many creative friends that join us, and just continue on, man, with that creativity. Just continue doing it. And I myself have to go ahead and just take my own advice. I mentioned last week at the end of here that like sometimes it could be hard to go ahead and kind of just get myself up and motivated to go ahead and sometimes just do the podcast and all that, because it's a lot. It could be a lot of work and stuff like that. But then it's like days like this, man, where I'm here, I'm doing this podcast, and I feel so good because you guys are just giving me this awesome love and support and stuff, and we're having some great dialogue and all that, right? It just makes it all worth it and stuff. But I'm also in a point where I'm like, me and Zach, have kind of been trying to work on the side and stuff, with doing like voice acting stuff.
Extracurriculars.
And it could be tough, man, because I feel like right now I'm kind of hitting a little bit of a bump in the road, trying to find that energy again. And my point being, guys, is that like, I hope that you guys continue doing the stuff, man, that you guys are just like all the different art, all the different creativity, all the different videos, all the different, just whatever it is, man, just continue doing it, Yeah, because feeling fired up this Sunday.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's been a good Sunday for sure. And, it's been cool, man. Yeah, this episode has been awesome, man. Well, thank you so much for that, Eddie.
You guys are always so sweet.
But yeah, guys, I mean, we have Eddie, who, again, I mentioned all the different, awesome creativity that he does and he works on, whether it be art or whether it be videos and stuff, we had Kyron who appeared earlier and stuff, and that was awesome to have Kyron join us. Kyron does what he can for us with the podcast. I know that he's brought some of our friends through TikTok, and so we're so grateful for him for that, and we're so grateful for you guys for sticking around. You guys are just incredible, man, for us to go ahead and just, continue to go ahead and grow this podcast and create this awesome community that I'm just so freaking proud of. So with all that being said, guys, I think it's finally time for us to go ahead and get out of here.
Yeah.
Wow, thank you so much for that.
Thank you guys for joining.
Jacob, I appreciate that, man. You're my favorite Jaegerist. With all that being said, guys, thank you all so much again from the bottom of my heart, for bringing life to this podcast, man. You guys are just awesome. I can only take so much, Lexi.
Right? If it was just us, man, we would end up fighting every time. So glad you guys are here.
No, in all seriousness, though, guys, I'm so thankful for you guys and just being on this journey with us. And this journey is all just it's all just an incredible story that we are retelling. Mm-hmm. This incredible story created by just a bright mind, and again, I'm just happy that you guys are doing this journey with us.
That's who I would want to have interview Isayama.
Yeah. That'd be awesome. So again, guys, you guys are incredible. The support means the world to us. Let's keep spreading the word, guys. Let's get more friends and over in chat. Remember, guys, to go ahead and look
the word.
Remember to go ahead and look forward to those future Q&As, future poll questions, because as I stated, guys, that's one of my favorite parts of doing this podcast is seeing what the results are and also seeing your guys' responses. And I love just the different viewpoints, the different insight. I love that, guys. I love learning more about Attack on Titan. I love seeing different mindsets and on different ideas and all that, and different, just all that stuff to go ahead and make me think, oh man, you know what? That's a great point. I was thinking about it on this sense, thinking about it on this point of view, whatever. Mm-hmm. And yeah, I love that all the different awesome stuff that you guys were able to go ahead and come up with. And we'll try to go ahead and come up with some good
we try our best
Q&A and some good poll questions. And sometimes we're able to go ahead and really get some good inspiration from you guys.
You guys are really, really inspiring a lot of the time. We're like, all right. Cool.
Yeah. Sometimes it really comes down to what we talked about here live over on Sundays and stuff that we're like, oh, that'd be an awesome
Maybe we spiraled
question.
Too far and then just asked a random question. We're like, you know what? Let's ask them that.
Yeah, there we go.
They may not know the exact context, but we're going to ask it.
So remember, guys, keep an eye out for the future Q&As and the future poll questions. You guys know your feedback is just very, very much appreciated. So shout out again to you loyal listeners, the ones here over with chat and even the ones just listening. You guys are all incredible. We love you guys so much. I want to say thank you, Lex. Just thank you.
Okay. You're welcome.
Lexi does a lot for the podcast too. We know it's all behind the scenes stuff, but yeah, Lexi does a lot too for the podcast, and I want to take the time to go ahead and thank you. I know I don't really go ahead and take the time to do it.
Thanks.
At least in person, or
you're welcome.
But yeah, let's go ahead and let's give some love to thanks too. Let's give some love to.
Let's give some love to thanks.
Let's give some love to thanks. Let's give some love to Lex, because Lexi she does a lot too.
My whole responsibilities for the last couple months has just been social media for everything.
Yeah, and that's what Lexi. She's very, very helpful and just
got my hands in a couple baskets
with social media stuff, and then also too obviously I count a lot on you, Lex, with even just when you're here and stuff and all that, and yeah, thankful for you being a part of this journey as well, Lex.
Okay, you're welcome.
Zach, wherever the hell you are, thank you, Zach.
Thanks.
Thanks for making us a priority. No, I'm kidding.
I know. We're geez.
In all seriousness, though, I'm so thankful for Zach as well, because Zach is just a great presence and just great person, and just has a heart for just anime in general and stuff. He's very, very knowledgeable, and very, very sociable, and there's just this great energy to have, and we miss Zach a lot. So yeah, I'm just in a very thankful mood for just life in general, for all of you guys, and just my
Wait
friends
till
and
next
family.
month, man.
Yeah, definitely.
Thanksgiving.
You know,
Giving.
that's when I won't be thankful.
Yeah, it'll be the opposite. I used all my thanks already last
All
month.
of it.
I can't use them.
I'm just excited for spooky season too. I'm excited because I started getting some of my costume stuff, you know, getting mailed and stuff and all that.
Yeah, I started getting
And
little
so,
bits of mine.
So yeah, that's cool. Wait, you text Zach?
Said I text Zach all the time. Cool guy.
He gets back to you?
He gets back
Zach
to you.
never responds to me. I'm kidding. No,
No.
Zach's awesome.
It's because you're not texting on Instagram.
Yeah. All right, guys. So
He said, yeah. He said, duh. He gets back to me.
all right, guys. So in closing, again, as I mentioned, just stay safe out there, guys. Spread that love and positivity. We love you guys so much. You guys know the saying: we hate hate, and we love love. And I love you guys. This is AJ signing off, saying I cannot wait to be back here with you guys next week, Sunday. And I certainly cannot wait because I want to go ahead and continue planning for just us watching live the culmination in the end.
You'll have an update the week of Halloween.
Yeah, for sure. We'll go ahead and we'll get all that together.
Maybe we'll give you an update while we're in costume.
Yeah. So I'm out of here, guys. Love you. I'll see you guys next week. And Lexi, what line do we got this time?
The line of today is, line of the week is, whoever said that Disneyland was the happiest place on earth must have never stood next to you.
Damn. All right, guys.
Stay safe, guys.